Jesus be exalted, for holy is your name. Jesus be exalted, for glorious are your deeds. Wonderful, merciful, graceful, faithful and kind you are to me. Your name will be exalted above all. Jesus be exalted, for holy is your name. Jesus be exalted, for glorious are your deeds. Wonderful, merciful, graceful, faithful and kind you are to me. Your name will be exalted above all.
Your name will be exalted above all. Your name will be exalted above all.
Jesus be exalted, for holy is your name. Jesus be exalted, for glorious are your deeds. Wonderful, merciful, graceful, faithful and kind you are to me. Your name will be exalted above all. Jesus be exalted, for holy is your name. Jesus be exalted, for glorious are your deeds. Wonderful, merciful, graceful, faithful and kind you are to me. Your name will be exalted above all.
Your name will be exalted above all.
Magnify the name of the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together, for he is worthy of our praise. His name will be exalted above all.
Your name will be exalted above. Exalted above all.
There's nobody like you.
There's nobody like you.
There's nobody like you, Lord.
There's nobody like you. Your name will be exalted above all.
Akbelo, wokomasubada. Your name will be exalted above all.
Lord, you reign. Lord, you reign. Your name is exalted above all. Lord, you reign. Lord, you reign. Your name is exalted above all.
Jesus be exalted. exalted, for holy is your name. Jesus be exalted, for glorious are your deeds. Wonderful, merciful, graceful, faithful and kind you are to me. Your name will be exalted above all. Jesus be exalted, for holy is your name. Jesus be exalted, for glorious are your deeds.
Hello there, good afternoon, and welcome to Dela TV Live. We are again live here today at the Kekeli Hotel here within the four walls of the headquarters of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana. And these are show perspectives. It's been a while, it's been many months that we have not come through to you with any of our interviews, but today is going to be a special one. And this happens also to be the last interview for this year. When we come back, I'll tell you who our guest is for today. Just stay tuned and glued to your gadget. We'll be right back after this break.
I'm modeling Jeffrey Fafali Joyland,
Tacy Presla,
Laurentia Adaji, Pelikem Alberta, the senior prefect of EPC Malco Girls, and I endorse Perspectives.
I endorse Perspectives.
It is a very inspirational and educational program.
I'm really touched. I've been touched by every single part of the story.
I pray you all watch it and it will help you.
You will never regret your time spent with us.
Keep watching and stay tuned to Dela TV.
Keep watching Dela TV.
Keep watching Perspective
My story and inspiration
on Dela TV. God bless you.
To partner, advert placement, or for enquiry, please call or WhatsApp 0249 820 162. Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration.
We want to say welcome back again to Dela TV Live, and this is Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration. And we are coming to you live from the Kekeli Hotel right here in Hope. Like I always say, anytime you happen to come around the Volta region, try to come and spend a day or two here at the Kekeli Hotel. It's a home away from home, and you will never regret coming. Let me say a very big thank you to all our sponsors. First of all, I acknowledge the support and help of Madam Adeboya, who is in the UK, specifically Hampshire, if I'm right with the pronunciation. I think that's where she is. And the general manager of all EP Church Schools, who also happens to be the CEO of Erigim Institute, Mama Miriam Adri. Thank you very much for your continuous support. And Kekeli Hotel, of course, that is where we always come to you from. Apart from once that we went to the Sky Plus Hotel, we've been here ever since then. Thank you very much for your support. And all those who pray for us day in, day out, supporting us, encouraging us, sending messages. We thank you very much for today. And let me say a very big thank you to my crew, to Aaron Kwame Adeti, Jones Bozo, to Eric Ameboy, Franklin Krelov, to Alex Ametepe, Darlington, Quija, Enes, Kwesi Adomensa, to Gail Dogwe and Daniel Kofi Ajasu. Finally, to Mauli Administrator, thank you very much. Gail happens to be the only software among the hardwares. So I'll be introducing her especially to you. She's our newest member to join the crew. Thank you very much for being here and also bringing the show to our viewers. Like I said earlier, today's conversation promises to be a very riveting conversation with one of our very own. So just stay tuned. If you have any questions at all, whenever, just send it into our comment box and we'll read it to the rest of the world. And our guests will be ready to answer all your thorny questions that you may have or have along the conversation or how we go. Any question that comes, just type it and send it to us, and we'll read it to the rest of the world. Again, you're welcome to Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration. Our guest for today is, like we say, an old soldier. He is also a reverend minister. He happens to occupy the highest office of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana. Without much ado, I introduce to you our guest, the moderator of the General Assembly of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana, the Right Reverend Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Bliss Divine Kofi Agbeko, retired. Osofo, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right. So we've been looking for this opportunity to have you on this show for a very long time now. And my crew told me some time ago that they would want you to be the last person to come on our show for this year. And I agreed to it. That's why we have you today. So our conversation may be lasting somewhere around 3 hours or even more, depending on how the conversation goes. So again, you are welcome. As someone says, I should make it short. Make it short. So okay, then we'll try to manage about 2 hours. Would that be short enough, sir? All right, Osofo, so today we are here just to have a conversation with you, and we are just going to chat especially about your life. It is true that many people do not know anything about you. Maybe if I ask somebody today, oh, where does the moderator of the General Assembly come from, the person does not even know. So we want to go into your life and especially to pick lessons. So the program is christened Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration. So we are looking at your life story from your own perspective and trying to pick lessons from that life, how far the Lord has brought you till this day. So again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Osofo, we'll start with your parentage and your growing up. Where do you come from and who are your parents?
I am rice and beans.
Rice and beans.
Yes. When I say I'm rice and beans, not many know exactly where I come from.
Okay.
My father is from Adakulu, Ahunda. It's known as the late Togbe Jokoto the Fourth, the senior divisional chief of Adakulu, Ahunda. And my mother comes from Bin Nukweta, near Hohoe.
Okay.
A very important village. If you don't pass through, you will never reach Hohoe. And the same way, you can't get to Accra without going through Kweta. Those days. Yes. And because I grew up with my mother right from my infancy until she passed on in 2006. Most people think that I'm from Hohoe.
Okay.
And but those who also know my father also got to know that no, this guy, by our system of inheritance, is paternal, and so I'm from Adakula Hunda. Okay. And so many people call me, he's from Bin Kweta. Some say he's from Ahunda. Okay. That is why I say I am rice and beans.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the rice and beans, depending on who is saying.
Yes.
Okay. All right. But do you consider yourself to be a native of Adakulu, Ahunda?
Ahunda.
All right.
Yes.
Born to Togbe Jokoto, the fourth senior divisional chief.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Pass on.
Right. All right.
Yes.
He's also. How is he known in private life?
He's known as Prosper Kwame Kunka.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How come you have Agbeko when it's Kumka or Jokoto?
Yes, that is interesting. When I was born, I am the only son of my mother to my father.
Okay.
My father, being a traditional chief, had several wives.
Okay.
And when I was born, my mom thought that she would take care of me and take me through than to leave me among other siblings of different mothers. And I thought that is God's blessings for me. And when we're moving on through the various places we've been to, my mother being a teacher, is moving around wherever she goes, I follow. I heard one of my mates by name Agbeko. So I asked my mother, what does this name mean? He said, it's as you heard it.
Okay.
Agbeko here, Nel Agbeko de, Avanyo, Nusianu Ado Tefe, Le Maufe Didinu. So I told her I would like to bear that name. They said, okay, it's your choice.
Wow.
So since then, I started writing Agbeko. That was in class 6.
Wow.
So I decided to be called Agbeko from class 6 at Tishigu Anglican Primary when we were in Tamale.
Okay.
So that is how I came by Dagbeko. And when I grew up, I let the family in Adakulahunda know that there is no way I'm going to change the name and be called Kunka or be called Jokoto, which some of my siblings bear the name Jokoto. Or they also take Kunka. I said, I want to be known as Agbeko. So from there on, they should have it that there is Agbeko from Adakulahunda. And the same way, I made people in Binkweta also understand that this is the way I want to bear this name. So they should consider it as also originating from that place. Any member of family who also want to follow can also take, in addition to my children. So that is how I came by the name Agbeko.
That's quite interesting. So you are the first Agbeko from Adakulahunda and also from Binkweta. Okay.
By choice.
Okay, by choice.
Yes,
exactly,
by choice.
exactly. All right. So if I understand clearly, you did not really grow up with your dad. You grew up with your mom.
No, I didn't grow up with my dad.
Okay. Did your mom remarry maybe afterwards?
Yes.
Okay.
She remarried.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. But would you say you didn't really have the presence of a man at home as a dad growing up? Would you say that?
When I was born, at 2 years, my mommy sent me to my grandma in Palime, at Togo.
Okay.
And when she went to St. Teresa's Teacher Training College, now St. Teresa College of Education, Hohoi. And that's the days they attended for 4 years.
Okay.
So she attended that school. And at that young age of 2, it will not be good to put me among children of rival.
Yeah.
It's not safe. And so she decided that I should rather be with my grandma.
Okay.
Who was in Togo. So I stayed with my grandma for 4 years. And when she finished St. Teresa's, she was posted to Ashanti, Yonsu, around Jamase, Ponjara area. And so that is where I went to begin class 1.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that is about that. So I did not stay with my father right from infancy until I grew up. I never stayed with my father. I've been with my mother all through. Yes.
And now you are the moderator of the General Assembly of not any other church but the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana.
Yes.
What would you say to a child who is growing up maybe with a single parent, a mom for that matter, and thinking that, oh, because I don't have my dad around, I will amount to nothing? What words do you have for such a child?
Yes, such people, I want to tell them emphatically that all are the designs of God. I knew very well that if I had stayed with my father among siblings of other, women, I may not perhaps reach where I am. Because I realize, looking back and looking at my siblings, that though God has blessed them in various ways, it is the strength of your mother and the help of God that determine how far you go. My father will provide the basic education up to whichever level your brains could carry you, but most of them end in the second cycle. But my mother, being a teacher, I think valued education more. And so she did everything possible to see me go through and through. And so if you are a child of a single parent, don't worry. Trust God and pray that your mom should be able to get double portion of blessings and resources to be able to help you through. And I don't believe that lamenting or worrying, saying that if I were to be with both parents, it would have been better off. You don't know God's design.
That's true.
So just thank God for everything and pray on that God should help you and whoever is taking care of you to have the capacity of doing what God wants to be done in your life.
Wow.
No worries.
Wow. No worries. So says the moderator of the General Assembly. This still is Perspective. You are just joining us. This Perspective, and today we are having a conversation with the moderator of the General Assembly of the EP Church Ghana. And we've just started with his parentage and how he grew up. But also for you, so you stayed in Togo between the ages of 2 and 6 years.
4 years, yes.
So you were there for 4 years with your grandmom. What do you remember anything at all in Togo? That very young age. Do you remember anything?
Those my childhood days, I was very protected by my grandma.
Okay.
Not wanting trouble.
Okay.
An adventurous child like me, always getting lost in Togo.
Wow.
The gendarmes will pick me somewhere, and they will make the chief of Parliament beat gong gong that they found a boy, and the parents should come to the gendarmerie office to come, and you go there, you go to pay a fine. So my grandma always pay fine to take me back, and I've had narrow escape, no crossing road without looking, and all I will hear is the skidding of bricks, and you find me jumping and falling at the other side of the road. People say, "Hey, Maudinalo," it means God has helped you. You know, I survived through all those things, and when I look back, I say, it is God that was caring and protecting.
Yes. I wanted to ask if you didn't really disturb your grandmom as a child, but then from that answer, I think that you were quote and unquote, I don't want to say stubborn, but you were stubborn.
I was stubborn.
You were a stubborn child.
I was stubborn.
To your
and my grandma,
with
you know, I mean, as she was aging, was having joint pains. And so stopped farming. And anytime I stay too long in town, and knowing that when I'm coming home, she will spank me, I'll go and collect wood, dry wood, and bring them home. So when she sees me coming with the wood, say, "Hey, Kofi, Jaelo," you know, because she needs firewood
in the house.
So she see me bringing it, so that covers my overstay in town, and she will accept that. Say, "Hey, giant." So that's some of those things I remember of her.
I think that qualifies to be bribery and corruption from an early childhood.
No, being smart.
Being smart.
Yes. Providing what is needed. And that will cover your sins.
That is being smart. All right. Okay. So you came when you were 6 years. Your mom had finished the College of Education, then training college, and moved to stationed where at the time?
Ashanti Yonsu.
Okay, so that's where you began education. Formal education.
Yes.
From class 1.
Yes. Those days, Dr. K. Buzia was the Prime Minister of Ghana.
Okay.
And I think there was some policy that when teachers complete school, they will send teachers to areas which are not indigenous to them. And so most of people who train in the Volta region, who are Eves, were sent to the Ashanti and Brona Hafu region. And so they did that cross kind of thing. I don't know why. And so we were placed in Ashanti region where I started school.
But with the benefit of hindsight, would you say it was beneficial to you as a person?
Yeah, to me, because I've learned to live with people other than my ethnic group. And that has also helped me to learn Tree, to speak Tree. Actually, I learned Tree in school to be able to read and write, and where I had no exposure to Ewe in terms of writing until my mother was helping me to do that, because somebody beginning school in Ashanti region. And so I pick it up. So it has been very helpful to me.
All right. We'll soon be going on our first break for the day, but also clearly you did not grow up with your other siblings. And when I say siblings, I mean children from your dad. How was growing up, from childhood, how was your relationship with your other siblings? And even how was your relationship with them now?
Yes. I didn't know much about them. I was a lone child, with my mom. And it was after secondary school that I got to know most of my siblings. And when my father died, wherever they were, they all came out, so we got to know each other. The relationship has been fine. We appreciate each other and are supportive of each other, knowing that we are brothers and sisters of the same father. We team up. Yes.
All right. So how many are you in all, or are you still counting?
At the time of his death, we were 18. Yes. And then recently some old man appeared from somewhere, say he's also a son. And so 19. Yeah. There may be some elsewhere.
So I can say we are still counting.
Well, maybe when they show up, we'll count them. When they show up, we'll count them. Because my father worked at different places. And maybe,
fired some somewhere.
Firing, maybe. And so when they come out, we'll accept them.
All right.
Yes.
But also, what would you say? I mean, to clearly, it's not going out anytime soon. Maybe men or even women have children with this man, with the other man. But I am sure you all came together to bury him. It was then that you got to know your other siblings. How would it be? What is the best way to handle children with different women? What did you say?
Different women.
Yes.
You have to look at what unites you rather than what divides you.
Okay.
And so what unites us is our fatherhood.
Yes.
We are from one father. This unites us. From different mothers and maybe from different ethnic maternal sources may cause some kind of division.
Exactly.
But from one father, whoever or whatever your father was, that is your point of unity.
Exactly.
So you should consider yourself as one from that angle.
All right.
And then with the various experiences we've had from our mothers, from different ethnic or religious backgrounds and whatever, those are the varieties that we need to bring on board to find ourselves as a pleasant unit of people than to look at it as
what divides us.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Osofo. But before I go, I said before I go anyway, but let me just put this one through. You know, when a single mother is raising a son, for instance, then when the son begins to misbehave, one common thing you hear all of them saying is, to which there's no male hand handling him or taking care of him.
Yes.
Did you see that playing in your life?
Well, it depends on kind of assessment being given by others. But my mother was a tough disciplinarian.
All right.
Yes, a tough disciplinarian. And I wonder if my daddy could even handle me along that line, because we were many.
All right.
And he, being a chief, has several responsibilities. So his attention will be more on his state than even the family.
Exactly.
And so I think that it depends on your mother to bring you in ways that it will fit society and be a praise and glory to God.
All right.
And my mother was hard. Yes.
So your mom played the role of a mom and also the role of a dad, so to see.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. On that note, we'll take our first break, and don't forget, this still is Perspectives on the La TV Live, coming to you from the Kekeli Hotel right here in Ho. We'll be right back after this break.
I'm modeling Jeffe Fafali Joyland,
Tesi Presla.
Laurentia Adaji, Pelikem Alberta, the senior prefect of EPC Malco Girls, and I endorse Perspectives.
I endorse Perspectives.
It is a very inspirational and educational program.
I'm really touched. I've been touched by every single part of the story.
I pray you all watch it and it will help you.
You will never regret your time spent with us.
Keep watching and stay tuned to the La TV.
Keep watching the La TV.
Keep watching Perspective
My story and inspiration
on the La TV. God bless you.
To partner, advert placement, or for enquiry, please call or WhatsApp 0249 820 162. Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you too. See you some other time, okay? All right.
Welcome back to the TV Life and to our program Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration. Today we are digging deep into the life of the moderator of the General Assembly of our dear church, the Evangelical Presbyterian Church, Ghana, the Right Reverend Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Bliss Divine Kofi Agbeko, retired. Also, for your welcome back.
Thank you.
Is there any reason you are giving Bliss? Because you are the first person I know of Bliss. I've never heard of Bliss.
Yeah. When parents are expecting their first child, they normally have names ready for the child. And my dad think that if I come a male, I am divine.
Okay.
Sent by God.
Okay.
And my mother also said no, she would prefer me being called Bliss.
Okay.
Because it's joy, happiness. And I came as a male. Now all of them, what they were expecting came true. And so Divine was written for me. And when I was growing up, my mommy told me that she wanted to give me this name, but because it's the men who give name in our tradition, so she has no choice but to keep this one, so that when I give birth to a child, I should call the child
Bliss.
I said no, I'll take it, I'll add it. So I added it.
Okay.
But in any way, I have a son I've given Bliss to.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
To fulfill.
All right. Your mother's wish.
Kind of thing.
All right. So he is Bliss Junior.
Okay.
Before we even continue, are your parents still alive, both mom and dad?
They've passed on.
Okay. Okay. Did you or do you enjoy any privilege or privileges as a son of a senior divisional chief of Adaklu? Did you or do you enjoy?
Yes. I had a short time of enjoyment with him. First, being known as a prince. That alone is okay.
Okay.
Being known as a prince among my people, it is honorable enough. Meaning that, I can be, or I am a potential chief. And so that is fine. And my father took care of a lot of people from his state. And it was after his death that we got to know that he was a very responsible, caring man. But we, the children, were left to our mothers to struggle with. But as a chief, he had more children than the biological
ones.
And he was caring for members of his community, sending them to school. So when the people identified themselves that, look, it was Togbi that helped us, it was Togbi that now they started paying back to us. And that is part of the things I enjoy. And when I was in the sixth form, I remember when I go to my mother and collect all that I will need, I also go to my father, take the same. Also, I was having double share. And it was pleasant. I think it's good.
All right.
I like it so.
All right. So, could you, any day be so can I say they will come and catch you to become chief? Is that possible?
Yeah, those attempts were made. One of the reasons why I never tried to go home to my father's side, especially after his death, because the time he took me there, the first time, and introduced me to his clan elders, they got to, when they saw me, they said, "Oh, so that got into my ears." I said, "Oh, so when he died, my mom told me, look, do you remember what you told me when you went there? Be careful." And so after the funeral, I disappeared. I didn't go there until I was district pastor of Adidome, district. And then when I became a pastor, the Lord has taken me to provide leadership and service. And so the same thing the community may want to do. And so once I'm doing it somewhere, it's okay. And so I knew they can attempt, which they did, And they may look among my children or others, but I'm trying that they shouldn't go there.
All right.
We would rather support anyone they choose besides my line.
All right.
Yes.
All right. But what is your greatest fear when it comes to chieftaincy? What greatest fear? Why wouldn't you want to? Why did you have to, quote and unquote, run from the chieftaincy?
Okay. In my case, it's not fear per se.
Okay.
But I was told that if you are a one child, you should not be made chief.
Okay.
Because you may not have some people close by that you can confide in, and share on. Then when it comes to certain things, you need your brothers and sisters to stand by you. And here is me, a lone ranger.
All right.
So I thought that no. There are some of my siblings who are more from one mother, so they should rather pick from there.
Okay.
And I also realized that my interest is not along that line. I could serve greater number of people across board than being restricted to an ethnic chief or a tribal chief. I try to steer away, from them. Now you may be thinking of issues of African traditional religion. Those ones I've heard of chiefs who were installed purely on Christian lines and did not allow traditional practices to be done. So if they had taken me, that is what I would insist on. If you want me to be, then we are not going to do A, B, C, D.
All right.
If you want to do A, B, C, D, I will not do it.
All right.
Period.
All right. Okay, so it wasn't as if you dreaded anything that had to do with the chieftaincy per se.
In all, it's just said that the Ebe chief is not a wealth-making chief. Unlike other ethnic groups or other tribes, where to be a chief means it's time for you to chop.
Yes.
It's time for you to amass wealth and kind of thing. Honestly speaking, I don't see leadership as that. I see leadership as service. And if you serve your people well, they should also support you and bless you. And so being a chief is service, to provide leadership to your people to achieve results. And so wherever one is found, that should be the goal. That is my thinking. And so seeing every chiefs, excuse me to say, not as well endowed compared to the Akan chiefs, that doesn't scare me. But rather, I think we should work also to achieve same status and capabilities than to live and depend on the resources of that are selling land, selling property, or using them whilst your people are in poverty. I don't think that is the right leadership I want to to experience. I mean, if we go poor, and we must work to attain wealth, so that one will not be so wealthy and you see your subjects languishing in poverty. That will not be my joy. I mean, I need common identity so that we stand together and work together. Yes.
Thank you very much, Sofo. And now let's come back to the education. Like I said, you come across to me like somebody who was very, very brilliant when you were growing up. I can see from maybe one position in class, maybe 1 to 3, you'll be first, second, or third. Was that the case?
I will call myself an average student.
All right. So in a class of about 20 people, where would you place? 10, 11, 15?
Oh, I'll be in the first 5.
All right.
However, I've experienced all the distance before. I've been at the 20. Way back, and then by next term I'll catapult to the front. It depends on where we move to. To explain this a little bit, when I started schooling in the Ashanti region, specifically at Yonsu, the medium of communication was tree. Whether you, the teacher, like it or not, it's tree. So your mother tongue, like Ewe, is nowhere. And you speak Ewe, they'll be laughing at you. English, say, Kachui. You understand?
Okay.
And so you, a teacher, no matter where you come from, you are compelled to learn Twi.
So you had to use Twi to teach English.
Whichever.
Okay.
You know, so I schooled in Ashanti region, class 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Then again we moved from Yonsu to Ashanti Asokori.
Okay.
There class 4 and 5.
Okay.
Okay. It's all Twi.
All right.
That is how I learned Twi.
All right.
But then, you know, my mother being a teacher, those days they would transfer you here and there, you know. So she was taken to Tamale. Now, when we in the among the Ashanti, this and there, I was one of the top students over there. Okay. Then suddenly, change of place, change of teaching experience, or the kind of thing. We went to Tamale, and Tamale, you don't speak Twi in school. You don't speak any other language. It's English. There I found that I know nothing about English. The little things they teach us, ball, run, throw, dustbin, this and that is what I have.
All right.
And so I remember one Mr. Tosu. I mean, in fact, I'm looking for that family to honor them. If Mr. Tosu is alive and hearing me, he should show up. Because I'm looking for him to honor him. My ability to speak English was because of him.
Okay. And that was in Tamale?
In Tamale.
All right.
I was in Tishigu Anglican Primary A. When I landed into his class, in class 6, he realized within the first day that this guy has no idea about how to speak English. And so he started by giving me some simple class 1 English readers to take me right from the basic to be able to read to class 6 level. You know, and so I started with my mother helping me at home. She too being a teacher. And so I picked it quickly. That first term in Tishigu Anglican Primary, my position was somewhere in the 20s.
Of a class of how many people?
About 40.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So the first term, I was able to learn English, to understand the communication English. So in second term, I got the 5th position.
Wow.
So that teacher personally gave me a book award.
Wow.
Then in the 3rd term, I took over the stage.
Wow.
Because now I understand.
Yeah.
And then I was able to roll with the people. And then learning at home wasn't a problem. My mother will ensure you do your homework, learn at home, you go to school, there you are. One funny thing happened, which made the teacher discover that I was unable to speak English, was that the first day I went to school, he asked of my name. I called him, I'm Kofi Divine. I told you it was in classes in Tamale that somebody in the class was called Agbeko.
Agbeko, yes.
And I liked the name, so I took it.
Yeah.
Yes. So he said, Kofi Divine. I said, sir, say, come here. I understand, come. Okay. So I went to him. Then he said, take this mango seed and throw it to the dustbin. So I looked into his face. Then he said, take this mango. So I was looking at him, so take. So I was looking at, what is there to take? Then I didn't know what is mango seed. Okay, not knowing people had eaten mango and throw the seed there. So he said, take that mango seed. So I saw it, I took it. Then said, throw it into the dustbin. So when I heard throw, I know throw. Yes. So I just walk out of the class, step out of the car, and threw it because I didn't know what was dustbin. I threw it. Unfortunately, it hit the primary B head teacher.
Oh, unfortunate.
So he said, who threw mango seed at me? Then I ran to the classroom quickly and hid myself somewhere. He dashed to the classroom. Mr. Tosu, which of your people threw mango seed at me? I said, people threw mango seed at you? No. Because he couldn't believe that I would do that. Yes. Then he looked at me. Divine, where did you put the mango seed? Then that head teacher wanted to start beating me, caning me. So I said, Teacher say make I throw. Teacher say make I throw. So immediately, Mr. Tosu knew that.
He understand the command.
This is a JJC. Nothing about language. So there and there, he apologized on my behalf. Asked me to apologize to the headmaster, which I did. And so there, they laugh at each other. Then he told him, you have work to do. And so Teacher Tosu surely did the work. So within a time, I was able to pick up.
Wow.
And then I moved from the backward seat in terms of position and came to the front line.
Wow.
And so that head teacher also in our third term also gave me book award for coming to take the front seat in terms of. So that is how. So I've experienced from the rear to the front.
Yes. But also, are you not sure it was deliberate to throw that mango sit that headmaster?
Not
Maybe
at
that's
all.
something to you.
Lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. Not knowing what it is. But that also revealed my weakness. And so I got help. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Osofo. This is Perspectives, my story and inspiration. We are here with the moderator of the General Assembly of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church, Ghana, having an interesting and riveting conversation with him today. Osofo, now, today's government policy of L1, L2, you used, let's say, one term to move from the back, if you like, to the front. You used just one term. And before then, you were learning in tree, studying in tree, doing everything in tree. You were able to achieve this feat in just one term. Are you not sure the tree helped you? I'm asking in line with the government policy of language 1 and language 2, where they use the local language to teach from KG to class 3, then from class 4, they use the English. Do you think it's beneficial, helpful in any way? Or we just go by English throughout?
Maybe you are asking this question to the wrong person, because my view is different from whatever the educational institution is holding. We in our part of the world didn't start formal education, and we've not written in our language to start. We've not done things in our language whereby those countries who teach in their mother tongue have written books. All the educational resources, all the formulas and things are written in their own indigenous language. So there's no transfer of knowledge and kind of thing to understand. It is their language. And they brought this same to us. We have not done a formulation in our language or to say this is kind of thing. And so when that thing is being insisted on, maybe it works for some people, but it doesn't work for everybody. If I had not learned the English language to understand, there was no way I could move through easily like that. Because apart from perhaps learning Tree as a language or Ewe as a language and writing it in that one, all the other subjects, science, English, geography, mathematics, history, name them, are all in a foreign language. And so because they are in a foreign language, you need that language rather, to start with you, for you to feel comfortable and at home with it and go through it. That is my opinion. And so you find also that, where children or parent or school insist on one smooth language where the children understand it well, and can communicate it well, like the language in which the books are written, they do well. So for me, before that L1, L2 will work perfectly, then let our scholars write everything we will need in education in the language or the mother tongue we have. Then children will be groomed from there. Then we can get there. But then where at a point at the university you are communicating in a foreign language, you are working difficult things in a foreign language, and you say it should be this. I have my reservation. I must be very frank and honest. Yes, but then we must all help build the nation, and I think that we should start from the scratch by revolutionizing our way of study and then communicating, so that it does not remain at somebody's thesis. sometimes some people's theses are being practiced on us. It's done for a time. Then another person also come with another opinion and kick against that. Then government again, any government too. I don't mean any particular one. Also, oh, this makes sense. Let's try it. So we don't have any stable, direct thing. And then each time it changes. Look at the SS or the GSS things. It's not consistent. But go to the other nations or countries where they are consistent. It helped them, but we keep shifting. And so whatever you went through in your learning, I didn't go through it.
That's true.
And
That's true.
it's like that.
Okay. Okay. We'll find another time to talk about Ghana's education and the system and how the system is running. But for today, let's come back to the Reverend Dr. Lieutenant Colonel BDK Agbeko, retired. Also, let's come back to education. So, from the basic in Tamale, you got to class 6 where you took upon yourself Agbeko. Where did you move to from there?
From Tamale, we were transferred to Boli.
Boli still in the north.
Boli in the north.
Okay.
Boli in the
Is that former president's hometown?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So I went to RC Middle School, attended Form 1 to 3.
Okay.
In Form 3, I passed common entrance.
All right.
And came to the almighty Kweje Secondary School.
Before we come back to Kweje, so in Boli, what do you significantly remember? And who is this one teacher that you would not forget? You mentioned Mr. Tosu. Do you know him, his hometown in any?
I know by the way he speaks that he's an Anglo man.
Okay,
so but I don't know which part of Anglo.
We are, in case you are watching us today, we are looking for one Mr. Tosu who taught in Tamale
around 70.
Wow.
76 thereabout.
76 thereabout.
Tishigu Anglican Primary A.
Wow.
I'm looking for that.
All right.
Teacher Tosu.
We are looking for Teacher Tosu. When he was teaching in Tamale, most of our crew members here were not born, so I wouldn't bother asking them if Maoli was born then or not, because I know he was not born by then. That's just by the way. So, what do you remember about Boli during your Form 1, JHS 1 to JHS 3? What do you remember? And who is this one teacher there also that you will not forget, and why?
Honestly, the teacher I have cherished is Teacher Tosu. He gave me the key to my education.
All right.
Language wise.
All right.
Yes. In Tamale, they were teachers, but I was not too glued to them, to be honest. And I ran into several problems in the school. Not because I was a bad boy. I wasn't a bad boy in the sense of bad boy. I was adventurous.
Okay. We'll delve into the adventure.
Yeah, I mean, you find me going out on fruit hunting. We just take delight in sheer fruit hunting.
Okay.
We eat and keep the seeds and sell to women.
All right.
I mean, those women who go picking them. And so when after break we don't come back on time, you are going to receive cane. And each time we go picking the share fruit, we keep chasing fruit, picking, and so time passes away, we don't know. So by the time we come back, we are in trouble.
All right.
And so it may be not to be very comfortable with these teachers who are always having the cane.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. But how was your performance there too? Of course, Mr. Tosu gave you the basics when you started from Tamale, but how was your performance then too?
Marvelous. Marvelous because once I had the key to study, everything is written in English.
All right.
Not in our languages. And so I could read anything. I think that I did much reading in my middle school days than anything, because I like reading adventure stories.
Right.
And so several of the books in the library I want to read. If I see, what do you call it, read Avengers of the Spanish Sea, I want to read. This Coral Island, I want to read. What do you call it, Great Expectation, I want to read. So I could read anything, and for me, those things have helped me even in doing comprehension, even at the university level, because some of the extras or passages are from books I have read. So when you ask the questions, I know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the middle school there, I passed common trans in Form 1.
Okay.
But my mommy said, you are not mature enough.
All right.
Secondary school, those days they were bullying.
All right.
And so you cannot stand the bullying students, the kind of thing. So wait until you are in Form 2.
Okay.
I got to Form 2, I passed again.
Okay.
And then he said, no, you are still not mature.
Yeah, you still had to wait.
Yes. So wait until you get to Form 3.
Okay.
Form 3, I passed again. Then he said, no, you wait and complete Form 4.
Okay.
Then the teachers in the school came to my mother and said, man, your child passed first year, second year, third year, say you should stay. What is the problem? There, he made some statement that rang something in my ear.
Okay.
He said, look, going to secondary school is not easy. I am a single parent. You see, if I have somebody to help me, then he has passed.
Okay.
I know he will pass after Form 4. So he should pass after Form 4. Then I will position myself.
Okay.
Then the teacher said no.
Okay.
They would rather contribute to support her.
Okay.
And she also said no. So I was weeping. When we got home, then he said, Kofi, stop crying. I will sell even my last cloth to make sure I take care of you to your secondary school. That also touched my heart. I don't actually joke with my mother. Yes. And she is also a key that God used to open doors for me. So those are my experiences over there. In Bali, I was Form 1, I passed common trans, 2, 3, and then in the class role, I was doing pretty well. So my name is very common among the student because if you are a top grade student, most of your colleagues knows you. They come with problem, little problem. Even I was writing letters for people.
Wow.
If you want to write love letter,
I wanted to ask if you wrote some.
Those are some of the troubles I ran into. Because if I write the love letter for you, you go and submit. Those days, the girls, when you write love letter for them and they don't like you, they will go and report you to the teacher.
That's true.
And so when they send that letter as evidence to the teacher, then the one whose name is under will say, no,
I didn't write it.
Then how did they say?
Divine
Beko wrote for me. So the teacher will kill me and leave that one because they say it's me who wrote it. So I was always in trouble because I was writing love letters.
You were the lover boy.
Yes, writing. Meanwhile, my mother warned me. Look, don't do any girl matter. Okay? Go and learn so that you become somebody for me. And so that was also in my mind. But then I did not resist my colleagues coming to me, write this letter for me or solve this problem for me. And each time I do, and you come to letter writing, that is why I fall in trouble when they are caught. And so I've taken a lot of punishment, for that. So that is why I said that I went through a lot.
But also, now tell me one of the favorite lines that you are writing in those love letters. Because I've seen letters and lines like "I love you like frito," "I love you like palm oil," "I love you, you are the only debe shark in my sea," and those ones.
You see. Because I read a lot of books.
Yes.
I was easily able to pick lines from book and then put it through. One story about who killed Lucy. There is a statement in that. You see that we've come to a time that the crossing of the Rubicon.
Guys, make notes. So please, you start again.
Inevitable.
Again, start. We've come to a time. Guys, take notes.
You see that the crossing of the Rubicon has become inevitable.
Wow.
And so I am proposing to you
that
I cannot resist any longer but to tell you I love you. You see, I mean things like that. Several of that. And when some are quarreling, and then whereas the girl will write something nasty to the boy, then the boy will come to me, Agbeko, can you help me address this issue? Then he say, your letter has been received, but it came to me as it were a sting of a bee. You see now, and then we'll start the kind
from
of
there. professional love letter writer. Let me remind you again, this is still Perspectives on the La TV Live, and we are here at the Kekeli Hotel. I want to say a very big thank you to Madame Adeboya in Hampshire, if I'm right, or Hampshire, one of them in the UK. Mrs. Mariana Jury, CEO of Regime Institute, General Manager of all EPJ School, and of course to Kekeli Hotel, my crew. Thank you guys. God bless you so much for the good work you are doing. It's exactly 5 p.m. By my clock, but still we are here. We are not going on any break soon. Also, so now, how did you move from Boli to Beje? Was your mother transferred again?
No, my mother wasn't transferred. At that time, he was married to my stepfather. And he being a police officer over there. Now her movement will now be determined by the man's movement. And so she was fixed to the man. So it's when the man moves that she moves. But then when I passed the common entrance, I had to go. So I received letter from Kweche Secondary School to report. And so that day I left. There was some interesting thing I do remember. We had farm in the Boli area there, and a week earlier somebody's head was taken off.
Somebody's head
was taken off.
Wow.
In the area of the farm. And so the SAFO group of the Boli Township went searching for the body. And they found the headless body.
Wow.
And it happened to be in the general area where our farm was. And so there was fear. Nobody was going to farm in that general area because they fear head cutter may be there. And so when my result came that I had to go, my mother told me, once you leave, I'm not going to that farm again. So whatever is left there will remain there.
Just there.
Then I said, no, we did some nice cassava farm over there. So I said, okay. You know, I like Evangelical those days.
Wow.
That's the cassava balls. So I said, and I know how to prepare it.
Wow.
So I told my mommy, for this to be left in there, I'll go and do a last harvest. Yes. And then I'll come and fry Evangelical and take along. You know, he said, hey, you alone going there? I said, yes, I'll go. If they had kata joke, I'll run away. Then he said, no. So he invited the biggest boy in her class. The biggest boy.
What level was she teaching then?
She was teaching class 5. Class 5. And I was middle form 3. So the biggest boy in his class, those days, class 5 people, some could be even shaving. Yes, all big boys. So invited the biggest boy to accompany me, to give me maybe protection or company. So we went to the farm. After we harvested, gotten our poundful of cassava. I decided to peel raw cassava and chew some. So I had hit a wood and pinned my cutlass in there. Then chewing the cassava. Then I saw in a thick tree area that it like somebody was gazing at me. I felt it. So I looked intently at the place and I found that
somebody was indeed there.
Some 2 eyes gazing at me. But the face is so polished with black something. It's black. And there was some talisman over here tied. So my heart caught. Then I said, hey, maybe this may be the head cutter. So I quickly went and removed my cutlass from the tree. So I also looked intently at the place. And I said, who are you there? If you don't show yourself, I'll come and look at you. I was confused. I was just talking. Coming to look at him doesn't mean anything. I wanted to say, I'll come and chop you to pieces. But then I was just confused. So I found that he threw something at me. That thing came, when I lift my head to see it, it will fall sharp down. But if it hit the ground, you don't see anything.
Wow.
So I look at it and say, why is it? Then he will lop the thing again. It will come. It doesn't go in that trajectory where it curves. It will go and suddenly, as if something block it, then it will fall straight.
All right.
Which is unusual. It is not scientific.
All right.
So the third one was done. When I saw that the thing didn't hit me, then I rushed toward that place. I don't know where that courage came from. Then the guy also was following me to that place with my cutlass up. Then somebody, the person came out of that place. He was a naked man, but with a talisman all his body. So the one, that big boy, took to flight out of fear, and that disorganized me too. So I started chasing the boy, overtook him, and then I realized the guy was also chasing us. So when I overtook him, the guy started shouting, "Oyo! Oyo!" So I turned, grabbed his hand, I was pulling him along, and this man chasing us, also when our eyes met, he also turned at once and didn't want to follow us again. So something like, chase him. I said no, because the guy was running away. When I realized he was afraid, I want to chase him and sort him out. But then I realized that no.
To what end?
To what end? And the one who was accompanying me was ready to run. So I ran, and then we escaped that day. But when we got home, we went, I told my mommy, then we went to the police station. Then they took 2 policemen to take us to the bush. They know that we found the person. And so we're going to arrest. But then when we got to the place, the police also saw the footprints. All right.
So indeed somebody was there.
Yes, the tree under where he was even cooking there.
Wow.
Feeding on our cassava. Yes, he was cooking there. So they saw all those things. But then his feet print ended in front of a thick tree, some thorny tree. It ended there, and it is humanly impossible to go through that. So the police quickly concluded the man must be very powerful. You know. And so he said, "Let's go." So we went back, entered the police jeep where it was able to travel to. Then we went back. By the time we got to Bolly Township, our house was full of people. Because the news had gone around that a teacher's son or the police officer's son has found
the head cutter.
The head cutter. So they were going to arrest. You see? So when I came back there, people were asking me, "Did you see him? Has he been arrested?" This? No, I didn't mind anybody. I walked straight to the room. Then, whilst my mother was there, we brought the cassava. So he will peel it so that will pound fufu. I was expecting the vehicle that will take me to Accra and then to Kweje to come the next day. These modern Ghana builders, there was a constructional firm who was doing the road from Sola to Wa and Bolly general area. Modern Ghana, builders. They were there. So my stepfather, being a police officer, could easily arrange that. When you are going to Accra, take my son going to school. So that was agreed. So the cassava was done, and then I had just taken the pestle, clean to start pounding. When I heard pip 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 pip, then Madam Ubanu Ohi, Madam Ubanu Ohi, Madam, where is your son? The vehicle has come a day earlier, and I must jump on board. So the thing was left. I went to the room, just washed my feet. I didn't bath.
Ablution.
Yes, quickly. So, but we had packed my things, everything ready, just waiting for the next day. So I just wore something, then went to sit at the bucket of the vehicle. And then I missed the Bolly Township, who came rushed for the news. Before them, the vehicle drove away.
Wow.
And I saw Bolly disappear into the horizon.
Wow.
And that was how I left Bolly.
Wow.
I was never there again.
Wow.
Yes, till my mother and husband were transferred to the Volta region.
Okay.
So that is how I left to Peje Secondary School from Bolly.
All right. So you didn't take the Agbeli Kakolo because it was not prepared.
I miss it
and
all.
The fufu you wanted to pound that day, so you missed that one too.
I miss it all.
Kuse. Right. This perspective, we are still here with the moderator of the General Assembly. Also back to Peje.
Yeah.
So obviously you had a very humble beginning with your education and how you grew up and all that. And someone would say, how would somebody from Peje Senior High School now or Senior High Technical School become the moderator of the General Assembly? Let's talk about Peje. How was Peje then?
Peje, when I got there, I was disappointed at first because I didn't even choose Peje Secondary School.
Okay.
I chose Mauli, Bando, and Bishop Herman.
Okay.
And but the letter that came to me was from Peje.
Okay.
You know, so I was disappointed. I only knew Mali, and my hope was to attend Mali school.
Yeah.
Yes, that was my first choice. But then it didn't happen. So it was Peje that took me. So when I got to Peje, I was expecting the school building on structure like Mauli, only to find wooden building. That is, the school was at the old site, not knowing they were putting up the new site, which I didn't know. We were in the old site.
And which year was this?
This was 78, 79 academic year. 78, 79 academic year. So I saw it. I wept because I said, no, this is not the school I would like to attend. But then I read some book also. I haven't forgotten the title. Where the author advised that there are fishes in the ocean. And there are fishes in the lakes and rivers and in streams. Fish is fish. So it does not matter in which water you are. If you are a good fish, you are a fish. And so I told myself, well, Peje Secondary School too is a secondary school. And so I'll just make home there and study whatever I'm taught. And so that is how I accepted the situation. Then gradually, I mean, we go to the new site for lectures and come back
to the old site.
And those were the time that there were big, huge boys. And I was just a 14-year-old guy, you know, and subject to bullying by these big boys. And so it was not a pleasant beginning. But then with inner strength and the willpower to do the needful, I went through it. And the pride of the place is that was Border University.
Border University.
Yes, Border University. Because Peje is close to the border. So we get sweet smelling cakes of soap, like Fa, you know, Resona, those things. And so we have those things. And we make ourselves feel
in the Border University.
The Border University.
Yes.
And the school was doing very well in sports. And I was doing sports too. So those days we come to do sports competition, you know, these inter schools. We beat Mauli. We beat St. Prosper's. I don't know whether St. Prosper is still in home.
They are there. They are there. They are still there.
Oh, they are still there.
Yes, they are still there.
We beat them. And also at least whatever they may have beautiful structures, but when it comes to sports, we do better. And so that is also our pride.
All right. Which of the disciplines, the sporting disciplines?
I run and keep goal. I run, I keep goal.
Competition, would you go?
And play volley. Yes.
Okay. Which of them do you still do? Running? No,
I
for
still
running
do
maybe.
all this. Oh, running.
You still run?
In the military.
Okay.
You know,
yes.
You see these young guys in the military, you know, coming, and they think that this guy is advanced in age. And so when we are doing battle fitness test, we run. You know, by time to come back, do push-up and all those things. You find that these young ones are not demonstrating strength. So they will begin to wonder, you, how come to you know, is it because you're soft also God is giving you extra energy?
Strength.
No, it's discipline. of the
Okay.
body.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so even at this age, I'm sure the young ones I see around may not be able to compete. But then I must be careful with myself.
Oh, yes.
I must be careful with
Yes,
myself.
yes,
So
yes.
so sometimes when I'm doing such things,
Yes.
I say, hey, my friend, you are not the same person.
That is true.
You may be young at heart, but your body, take care of it.
That is
so
true.
that I don't overstretch my
That
body.
is true. That
but
is true.
volley, I still play.
All right.
You know, yes.
We would have to fix that. We would have to schedule that. Whole sports stadium. Maoli will be there for the volley. Aaron will be in the track for the running. Krela, Franklin, which of them would you do? Maybe all of them, all of the above. Maybe we'll do that. And me too, I'll be there some. Me too, I'll do some. You have a very strong old student. Before we go, but just senior high school or senior high tech, you have a very strong old students association. How do you manage it, and can you give us some of the people that you had completed with who are quote and unquote everybody's prominent, but people you want to acknowledge that you met in school?
In my batch, that is the 1983 group, several of them have actually come up to various levels or areas of discipline where they are more the top range, is executive, both in the universities, lecturing kind of thing. But on the whole, I want to look at the school. And, I'm proud of Kweje Secondary School because there are military generals who've come from there.
Wow.
General Sechi is from there. Togbi Afede.
Yes.
Kweje Secondary School.
Okay.
There are lawyers like McDave. Lawyer McDave attended. Kweje. Presbyterian executive of the APJ also attended.
Wow. Was he your senior?
Oh, I didn't even see his daylight.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see his daylight.
Okay. Yes. Completed long ago.
Long ago before I was born.
Okay. Before you were born.
Let me just say so.
Yes.
There are several of them as well. And when we meet, it's a pleasant thing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. We are praying that our old students, whichever school you attended, please go back to help the school that formed and shaped your life. Wherever you are today, just remember that school. On that note, we'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll delve into other aspects of the moderator's life. We'll be right back after this break.
I'm modeling Jeffe Bafali Joyland.
Tesi Presla.
Laurentia Adaji, Felikema Moderator, the senior prefect of EPC MoGA Girls, and I endorse Perspectives.
I endorse Perspectives.
It is a very inspirational and educational program.
I'm really touched. I've been touched by every single part of the story.
I pray you all watch it and it will help you.
You will never regret your time spent with us.
Keep watching and stay tuned to Dela TV.
Keep watching Dela TV.
Keep watching Perspective
My story and inspiration
on Dela TV. God bless you.
To partner, advert placement, or for enquiry, please call or WhatsApp 0249 820 162. Perspectives, my story and inspiration.
Welcome back to the TV Life. This still is Perspectives, my story and inspiration. And today we are taking inspiration from the life of the moderator of the General Assembly of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana, the Right Reverend Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Bliss Divine Kofi Agbeko, retired. He's here with us today at the Kekeli Hotel where we are streaming from. We are also live today on YouTube also, and just share with us, and also on Twitter. So just share the link, just like our page, and also share with others to also view and also learn from the life lenses of the moderator of the General Assembly. We've spoken about his background so far, from his growing up to his parentage and even to his secondary education, where he attended the Kbeje Senior High Technical School, now Kbeje Senior High Technical School. I guess it was Kbeje Secondary School then.
Those days.
Yes, those days it was. So also, when did the ministry come in? How were you called into ministry? Why did you even decide that I will become a pastor? Because I want to believe that came before the military.
Sure.
Yes.
In Kbeje Secondary School, I was with the Scripture Union.
Okay.
So that is the only group in school in the sports team that I medal with.
Okay.
And so from the Scripture Union, I developed the flair for study of Scripture and prayer.
All right.
And so went through that. But it was not my intention to be a pastor.
Okay.
But to be a strong Christian.
All right.
And when I left to the sixth form in KJB Asatu Secondary School, there somehow I was made the school student chaplain.
Okay.
And so that gave me more or intense, concentration on things of religion, especially in Christianity. Yes. And I provided leadership among my colleagues, and started preaching those things with the school. And so I developed a flair for it, and there I was considering going in for ministry after sixth form. But then normally I chat with people to see what they think, and they say no, the pastoral ministry is not for boys, and so don't try. It's not for boys. Okay. So you go work when you're about retiring, then you can now do pastoral ministry. Okay. That was the common advice I received from both parents and family members and friends.
All right.
So, but then after sixth form, I went to my mother, who was then at Dambai, and then I met Reverend ADK Ajaji, who was AP Church pastor and chaplain of the Dambai Training College those days. And in the Dambai EP Church, whenever he asked people to accompany him to the villages to go and do evangelization and church work, yes, they'll go with him the first time. Okay. The second time he asks you, you will give excuse. That's all. Because it was difficult. The suffering that goes along with doing ministry, those general terrain was tough. Okay. And so nobody wants to go twice. Okay. But he was never inviting me. Maybe he was taking me to be too young, because he called the presbyters to go. Okay. And a presbyter will go once, next time he will give excuse. So I was also feeling that, can this man invite me to go with him? But
and what was your age then?
Oh, after I completed Form 5, 19, 6th Form, 2 years, that's 21. Okay. Yes. So, I mean, 21, I was there. Yeah. So he was seeing a 21-year boy as not, you know, so he was calling the presbyters or the elders who were consistently not wanting to go the second time. Yeah. So, but he found me very active in church, as a very active youth in the church. So I one day asked him, because he was going alone. So, can I follow you? I would like to go. So that place is so difficult. You know, your mother must agree first. Okay. So I said, oh, then I will go and tell my mother. Tell her, say, well, don't say I'm sending you if you want. Yeah. So, okay. So I went and told my mother that I want to accompany Reverend Ajaji to the villages.
Okay.
And these villages are not villages like you walk here though.
Yeah.
Sort of 14 miles.
Wow.
You have to go.
Wow. Do you remember some of the names of those villages? So you were at Dambai.
Yes.
So you were walking all the way to places like.
We go to Amelokofe.
Wow.
We go to Barkbare.
Okay.
Those villages by name of people who found it.
Wow.
You know,
and you go on foot.
We go on foot or bicycle.
Wow.
Or on canoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I told my mommy, I said, okay, Isofo agrees, you can go.
Can go. All right.
So I went and told Osofo that Mama has agreed. He said, are you sure? So he sent his son to go and ask my mother whether she agreed.
Okay.
She said, oh yes, you can go. So he had to go and rent another bicycle because he was going with bicycle. So two of us, went.
All right.
Each riding a bicycle. Those days in the north, nobody care about the country path. When it's bushy, until there's bushfire, which will graze it to the ground, you have to move into. And when it rains, gully erosion occur on the path.
Okay.
And so there are depressions here and there. So he knows the road. So when he led, I was following. Then we got to a place where this man, for no reason, were not aware. Oh, he somersaulted, landing somewhere, his bicycle somewhere, and he got injured. His knee and the elbow, the wrist. I said, oh, when I found him bleeding, I said, Osofo, let's go back to Dambai and take care of yourself. The next time we come. Then he told me, no, we have to go. Because those souls too are important. Wow. So that statement touched me. I said, what is it in this that this man goes? When people follow him, they won't go a second time. And he kept going. Meanwhile, he was almost 60 years, almost 60. Then he said, I said, okay, yes, your basket is spoiled. We have to straighten the steer. You are bleeding. Let's go home. He said, so are those souls more important than your welfare? So it rank a lot of things. But in Peja Secondary School, we used to sing a song. Had the voice of Jesus calling. Who will go and work today? Sheaves are white, harvest plenty. Who will go and bear them away? If you cannot preach like Paul, you can tell the little children, come to Jesus. That kind of. So immediately, that statement resonates with that song. So it means, then it means it's a call to ministry. So quickly, I said, okay. When we got to the village, it was only a family. I was expecting there would be a crowd of people waiting for church service. There is a father, mother, and two kids who are returned from fishing.
Wow.
And then I think they passed through their farm too with some luggage kind of thing. And so we waited for them to finish everything. And then they prepare kokonte with grinded pepper, with blolovi, representing. And then this was placed before, and we're all going to eat with them. And I wasn't used to eating because I'm giving my food. But this one, and this is something I've never eaten before. So I look at it and I put my say, hey, this one. I was hungry too. But when I tried it,
it couldn't go.
No!
You enjoyed it?
So good.
Wow.
The first time, kokonte with grinded pepper with fish. Try it and see.
Wow.
It's good.
We have to.
I enjoyed it. So I was now eating without minding the people. I concerned myself with eating. So after that, we pray with the people. Osofo preach sermon to them, and then offer communion to the husband and wife. So I look at that. In the evening, we slept in a room where it's not like
what you
city.
had.
A touch kind of thing. A mosquito, coils of mosquito came to sink, and also took tax from us. We have to donate blood to them.
Yes. Did you also clap for them? The mosquitoes.
We were clapping, trying to hit them. That was a long night for me. The next morning, Osofo couldn't walk because the bruises on his knee, elbow. But then we apply hot water.
Okay.
And then soon after that, those family, they were going back to their farm.
Okay.
And so they told us, okay, they are going. If we are not able to go, they will come in the evening.
Wow.
Then Osofo said, Divine, let's go to the next week. I said, Osofo, how are you going to ride? I said, I'll try.
Wow.
So I look at this aging man striving from one village to another to share the gospel.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
And I wonder what is in this. So there I realized, no, there is something more than what we see. Then when we returned, I told Osofo, you don't have to be going everywhere. You send me and some team of you. What you did, only communion will not give. But we can go and share the word. We can do all those things. So are you sure? So that is how I started. Then I told Osofo, this job is not for old men. It's not for old men. It's for the young ones. They say, so will your parents allow you and say, that is not their business. I want to do this. Then later I told him I want to candidate. So I candidated from Dambai.
From Dambai. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
Now the
all
Uti,
right. Yes.
Uti Presbyterian. That's where I candidated from.
Wow.
And so that's how I receive my instantaneous call. You know, the ministry.
And then you had a little experience with the evangelism work you did with us.
Yes.
All right. So with what you said about going to a village, I mean, going through all this stress because of just a family, what would you say to people who say, I have been posted to a very small district that, in fact, I'm bigger than this district, I'm rejecting this and rejecting that. Also, what do you have to tell them? You know, should we as pastors reject posting to any district for that matter?
You have no reason to say no if you are called. That is my point. If you are truly called to ministry, you cannot say, I don't like this station. It's a village, a kind of thing. Because ministry is about people. It's about people. Where there are human beings, you associate with them.
Exactly.
And give them what Christ has placed in you. If you have anything from Christ, you cannot say no to your fellow human beings.
Yes.
And so I begin to wonder, if not for maybe a health reason, even then, I mean, I wonder why people refuse transfer or posting to certain rural areas. You know, you want cities.
Maybe because the money is not there in the village or so.
It's not about money. Honestly, it's not about money. Maybe if you permit, I will share some experience with you when I finished training as a minister, and I got to a station where they say it's a punitive station, that no pastor will want to go. They will call people to come and beg for them not to go there. I may share with you if you are interested. But for me, you can't say you will not go because it's a village, or there is no light, or there is no kind of thing. There are human beings there, and your calling and direction is to the people. So if something is not good over there, and you have seen it that it's not good, that's why you have to help them, you know, to make life better there. Or you will be an advocate as a minister to connect to the appropriate government agencies, make a case, and eventually make the place better, because we are to send light to where there is darkness.
Exactly. But also, let me play the devil's advocate. Let me put it this way. Now, I am posted to a village. I have children who are of school-going age, and maybe they started from somewhere, let's say in Accra. Now I'm posted to somewhere I don't want to mention any village for that matter. Would I have to move my children down to a school in the village? If not, how do I manage such?
You know why I laugh?
No, sir.
Yeah, because it's interesting. You know, Peter, in Luke chapter 18, verse 28 to 30, asked Jesus, we have left our homes, our families, our properties, and have followed you. Is there any reward for us? Jesus says, certainly, there's much reward for whoever have left this thing and followed me here and the next world to come. Okay, if you are called, you must make the appropriate arrangement for the family that is not called to follow you. Okay, you have to make appropriate arrangement, knowing that this is the work you've chosen to do. It does work doesn't come with only rosy or sweet moment. It's a mix of experiences and seasons, which you must be ready for. Okay, but then you must also be able to make provision for your families and make them be where will be okay or better for them. Me, for one, I never attended any school called preparatory school.
Okay.
I never attended anything called extra classes.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I went through the mainstream like that. The Befuto school, I went through it like that. But if God's print is on you, that you get somewhere, you will be.
Exactly.
People have attended international schools, private schools, all the, what do you call it, the affluent schools. But excuse me to say, if it's not for you to be, you will go through all that. But it may not value anything.
That's true.
And people have gone to Moderator schools. But once God's calling is on them in various fields, not to be a minister, you can be. I've known doctors, lawyers, and people. I just didn't want to mention the name of our lead lawyer, who schooled in areas that somebody would think, how can he become this? But he doesn't serve us and take a dime from us, because he said that is his thank you to God. Okay. So sometimes I wonder why people are so selective. It doesn't mean that it depends on their choices before you become great or wealthy. It must be from God.
All right.
And so for me, I live my life into the hands and direction of God and try to do what is necessary in the circumstances in which I find myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Osofo. But let me still come back to the question, because I didn't really get my answer. So I see your early days in ministry. I think it's on the screens. Those who are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you can see Osofo. Hey, Osofo, you look different though. Look very different. The one before this. Okay, this.
No. The one with the bent brick wall.
The one before this.
No. This one
is
Adidome. Because I can remember the pastor's man's as a brick wall.
Wow.
This is Adidome.
All right.
That was back in 92.
And that's your first station?
92, that's my first station. Yes,
wow.
That's my first station.
You look different, Osofo.
Yeah, I was very young. I was about 27 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
27 years.
Okay. Were you ordained with a gown at once? Was that the case?
No,
okay,
you commissioned,
so you commissioned
2 years after.
All right, then you do. Yes. All right. Yes, Osofo. So practically, like I asked about the minister who is being sent to a rural area, what practically can he do to settle the family? Because you spoke about settling the family.
Yes. That one, you as a parent, with your spouse, you need to talk and understand.
All right.
Settle them somewhere that your vision or dream for them, by human understanding, you hope to come to place. And then go serve the Lord. The blessings, there are untold blessings in the field.
Yes.
Which will drop back
to the family.
To the family.
That's true.
That is how I see it.
All right.
Plan. You see, my former professor, Dr. Boama, the late moderator of the church, he said that with good planning and God's blessings, you certainly succeed.
Wow.
And it has been my watchword. Good planning
and God's blessings.
You certainly succeed.
Wow.
But if you don't plan well, because God blesses what we present.
Exactly.
And God's blessings will come because you negotiate with God, you pray to God, ask Him to direct. So it is for you to plan. It's for God to see that your plan is good, and He will bless for you.
All right.
So if it's not good, if you are very, alive in spirit, you will get the promptings of God for replanning.
All right.
The Lord will certainly lead you, make the plan that will glorify and honor his name.
Wow.
And that is what I believe. Good planning, God's blessings will certainly succeed.
Wow, wonderful. Wonderful. That's a good one from the late Reverend Dr. Buama. Before we continue, let me take a few comments from Facebook. Ira Mufuriwa says, interesting. Wisdom Jage says, good evening. And Edem Kwesitosu says, interesting. Toku, yeah, because we are looking for Tosu. Yes. This is Tosu. McDonald Kwe says, Moderator, thanks for everything you are doing for the EP Church Ghana. I really like watching you and preaching. Your preaching is exceptional. God bless you, sir. Success. Then Eric Boma, okay. Divine Kwesi Bagbo says, I'm always inspired when I read about or listen to our moderator's life experiences. I'm looking forward to reading his memoirs in the near future. Also for God richly bless you. Dixon Charles Asase says, it came like a sting of a bee. I think he's referring to the lines of the love letter or rejecting that. Then Edem Adumensa is watching. Osofu Matthew Joseph Matjo Amenweva is also watching. Then Harry Ekpedepo says, oh, he laughed. Ha ha ha. All right. Again, he says, I think it's in relation to the blood. He said blood donation. The mosquitoes. He said that one is blood donation. You've donated to their kingdom. Peace Zogla says, wow, I'm really inspired. Bedepo again comes and says, striving to share the word in villages. He says, no reason to say no when you are called. That is the line he picked from what the moderator says. He says, your calling and direction is to people. Be an advocate. He says that also. Then Tina Love Nairam says, God bless you, moderator. Then Ajua Adam says, kudos, our moderator. And those are some. You can also keep your comments coming. This is Perspectives live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and also Twitter. Keep your comments coming. Share the page, and also just if you have any question at all, no matter what the side of a story you want to ask the questions from, you are free to do so. And also, we'll be coming to the church anyway. In just a few minutes, we'll be asking, we'll be delving into the church, its plans for the church, and all that. Before we go on this short break, before we go, also, when did the issue of the soldier come in?
Yes. When I left Adidome, I was transferred to Accra, Abeka AP Church, where I was the district pastor. I was then, I joined this ministry pretty young.
Yeah.
And I was maybe one of the youngest
at the time.
Okay. And military duty calls for youthfulness. Yeah. And strangely, I don't know for what reason, most of our pastors then were people way close to 60.
Okay.
The youngest maybe 40 plus.
Wow.
And here is me in my 20s, mid-20s.
Yeah.
So you can imagine.
Yes.
And so anybody talking about military, they want youthfulness.
Okay.
And at that time, I was preparing to come to the youth office.
Okay.
That was during the time of the very Reverend J.Y. Ledo.
Okay.
Where I was prepared to come to the youth office to be the youth desk officer. I was also then completing Legon. So I knew that in June I was coming
to the headquarters.
Yes, and preparing for that. Then all of a sudden he sent a message to me that I should come and see him.
Okay.
And those days, when you are called by headquarters, come and see him.
It's a big issue.
It's a big issue. What have I done? What is wrong? You see? So with mixed feeling, I had to go anyway.
Okay.
So Tuesday morning, the message came to me on Monday. Tuesday morning, I was here.
Okay.
Then they said they should usher me in. I got in there and I said, you are no more coming to the youth office. We need people in the military.
Okay.
Military chaplaincy. Will you go? And I said, oh, no. I would like to come to the youth office, put in my. I said, no. We'll find somebody to do
that. All right.
So prepare and go and apply for the military. At that time, they've sent messages to Presby, Methodist, Catholic, EP, those established churches for the chaplains. So me too, I went.
Okay.
So I went to apply and I did with them 1998. as civilian chaplain.
Okay.
So at that time, I was taking care of the military. I was serving at the Garrison Methodist Presby, that's the headquarters church there. At the same time, taking care of Abeka.
Okay.
You know, because I was transiting.
All right.
So I was doing that. Then in 1999, I went for the training, to the officer training, having gone through the selection mode and everything that any other officer would do. There was nothing like you being also
protocol.
Nothing like protocol. You have to pass your exam, pass the body selection, medicals, go through all that, outdoor leaderless tests, everything that the regular went through to be. So when I got it, so now I have to leave Abeka and now fully avail myself to the military, then went for the training. And so that is how I got in. So when I finished, I served there again a while, then I was posted to Tamale. And so there, I continue as a chaplain for the Ghana Forces and served them for 20 years, 4 months, 7 days before retiring.
20 years?
4 months.
4 months.
7 days.
7 days.
Yes.
Why did you keep all this?
It's very important to every soldier.
Yes,
every day is important.
All right. But you left the ministry, the military, still not 60. How does it work?
Military, we don't retire by the civil age of retirement.
So how is it done in the military?
For the officer corps, we go by rank. Okay. So if, for example, you are major, and then you hit 54, 55, major, and you've not been promoted to lieutenant colonel, it means you are ending there. Okay. So if you are promoted to lieutenant colonel, then you can go 2-3 more years. All right.
Before you retire.
So if you are not promoted to colonel after that, then it means you are going home. Okay. And so basically, it's by rank, not by age. Like in the civil service, you must be 60
before you retire.
You go, soldier, somebody even can retire at 40. Yes. Yes, somebody can retire at 40.
Because I had a lot of people asking me that question during the elections. Asking, you are not 60, why did you retire? Was it dishonorably discharged? Questions like that which I couldn't answer because I didn't know about the technicalities.
I was honorably discharged. That is why I'm using my rank.
Yes.
And only have to identify myself that this lieutenant colonel is a retired one. But if you are dishonorably discharge, you can't use the rank. Because you must still maintain the qualities of the officer. And so the state is watching you. You must demonstrate what it takes to be an officer. You must be honest, and truthful, and do things as is demanded of you as necessary. So anything that will slur the image of the military officer, then it's a dishonorable act. And so we use the rank proudly, and we maintain that dignity of it. Though I may choose later not to use it, because my titles and rank are so long that it's a problem for people to mess it up.
Yes, that's
so
true.
Normally
that's
I like
true.
being simple. So maybe a time will come I will just prefer to be called Osofo Agbeko.
That's all. All right.
No
So let me have the titles and the name on screen, Aaron. Right Reverend Dr. Right Reverend Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Bliss Divine Kofi Agbeko retired. Please put the Kofi there so that we'll know maybe to take 2 lies. Also, before we go on this short break, did you have any guy name when you were growing up? Any guy name that you remember that people still call you by?
Oh, okay. You want to know all this?
Yes, we want to know all that.
When I was doing karate, this art of self-defense. Among my group, they call me tough guy.
Tough guy.
Yes. Then when I left that system, as I grow, I decided to do some other things apart from doing the act of self-defense. People think that when I teach the Bible or I do conversation with people, it's like sugar.
Okay. Wow.
So they started calling me sugar.
Hey, sugar.
Yes.
Hey, sugar. Hey.
Call me sugar. It is not for any other thing.
I wanted to ask you if it's not for not for that one.
Sugar. But then, I mean, it looks like no matter how, if I take the Bible and begin to do exposition with you, you find it sweet.
Enjoy, all right.
And so people just call me sugar, and so that there were several other names given me. Donya Kofisa saying, because sometimes very obstinate.
Yes.
What I believe in, I don't change.
All right.
What I believe in, I'll go by that.
All right.
And I like going by the hard right instead of the easy wrong. And so going by the hard right
instead of the easy
wrong. I don't like the easy wrong.
Okay.
I would prefer going by the hard right. That is more honorable. And so that they thought that I'm tough.
Okay.
One kind of thing.
Okay.
Even there was a time they called me Bole Kofi.
Wow.
You know why? Because I was living in Bole.
Yes.
So
what about Pages near high or Pages secondary school? Did you end yourself in a guy named there?
That is the tough guy thing,
Oh, so you're doing the karate there?
Oh, yeah, we do karate.
Oh, okay.
We do all those things.
All right. I thought that was in the military.
No. Not in the military.
All right.
After in the military, I mean, having gone through all the necessary training that you need as a military man, I now concern myself with the work of ministry among them.
All right. All right. Also, you spent much time with your mom. I take it that you cook very well.
You've not lied at all.
Okay, then all right. Okay.
Anything that my mother has ever cooked before, I know how to cook.
All right.
Because I was helping her do it.
All right.
And she was also teaching this home science. Now they call it home economics.
Yes.
They learn to make cake, things, all those kind of things. I can do all those things.
Wow.
And it's me knowing how to do Evangelical.
Yes. Because you said you were going to do it yourself. I was wondering.
Yes,
all right. Was that a challenge when you got married? And we'll talk about the marriage when we return from this break. So on that note, when we come back, we'll talk about Osopho's marriage, when it came in and who is married to, how many children he has. We'll be going into all that. So this still is Perspective. We are here with the moderator of the General Assembly of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana. We'll be right back after this break.
I'm modeling Jeffe Fafali Joyland.
Tesi Presla.
Laurentia Adaji, Pelicam Alberta, the senior prefect of EPC Malco Girls, and I endorse Perspectives.
I endorse Perspectives.
It is a very inspirational and educational program. I'm really touched.
I've been touched by every single part of the story.
I pray you all watch it and it will help you.
You will never regret your time spent with us.
Keep watching and stay tuned to Dela TV.
Keep watching Dela TV.
Keep watching Perspective
My story and inspiration
on Dela TV. God bless you.
To partner, advert placement, or for enquiry, please call or WhatsApp 0249 820 162. Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration.
I'm modeling Jeffe Fafali Joyland.
Tesi Presla.
Laurentia Adaji, Pelicam Alberta, the senior prefect of EPC Malco Girls, and I endorse Perspectives.
I endorse Perspectives.
It is a very inspirational and educational program. I'm really touched.
I've been touched by every single part of the story.
I pray you all watch it and it will help you.
You will never regret your time spent with us.
Keep watching and stay tuned to Dela TV.
Keep watching Dela TV.
Keep watching Perspective
My story and inspiration
on Dela TV. God bless you.
To partner, advert placement, or for enquiry, please call or WhatsApp 0249 820 162. Perspectives, My Story and Inspiration.
Welcome back to Perspectives on Dela TV Live, and I am your host, the Reverend DNA Afram. Told you this DNA is not the die something that I don't know how to pronounce. This one is Jijo Nathaniel Achu Afram, and I am your host for Perspectives. This evening we are right here, still at the Kekeli Hotel. Anytime you come to town, like I always say, just spend a day or two here at the Kekeli Hotel, and you would never regret time spent with us. Still more comments on Facebook, still coming in. Let me see. Mautok Bende says, please, I want to know about the Adidome and Rara hospitals. We'll be coming to that. Margaret Ajakoju says, congratulations, our moderator, kudos. Mautok Bende again says, please, what about the church land issues at Verkoleunda and Greek issues? We'll be posing these questions to the moderator soon when we come to answering questions on the church. Francisca Salu says, moderator, I hope you would be supportive to second young pastors who intend to develop their careers and for their career development. Francisca Salu, moderator, will answer that question in due time. Doche Walase says, I am very inspired under your administration on Friday. May God bless you and help you to fulfill your mission. Thank you very much. Doche Walase, and who else? Charity Adiama says, wow, many thanks, very Reverend J.Y. Ledo. I believe in relation to the candidature or secondment into the ministry, the military. You are a great legacy of his kindness. He must be very proud. Thank you, Francisca. Doris Akos Bedu says, great job. And Doris Akos Bedu again says, that's our able leader. Francisca says, honorably discharged by the power of Jesus. Congratulations. Then Aram Oforewa says, sugar. Charity says, sugar nie. Francisca, are you sure that's what sugar means? She's laughing. Who doesn't like sugar? Everybody likes sugar. Then so now people are calling out the guy named Tough Guy. They say you look very tough. Also for sugar, Kofi says, very interesting conversation. Says Edem Yao Agbuado. Also for yes, that say you look tough, but you don't look military. You know, when we talk about soldier, you know, you want to see all the muscles and were you bullied? I mean, with your stature?
Not at
the
all.
Big guys.
I did well in the military.
Okay.
Going through training and maintaining my military posture. Well, passing all the necessary fitness tests.
Okay.
But I believe toughness is not in physical appearance.
That's true.
It is your mental and emotional strength that is able to make you stand tough and difficult situations and still, keep your head up. That is the real toughness.
All right.
Body build toughness is no toughness at all. When it comes to military work, it's more of your psychological strength. Yes.
But do you have some of the chaplains who are bodybuilders like that? Do you have some military chaplains like that?
When you go through training and as a young officer, our attention is on the physique, how you look like. And I had pictures perhaps I've not made available. And my children like them so much. Oh, if you know this one, Lieutenant Colonel, an old man, You see?
Yes.
When I was young lieutenant, I mean, if you look at my posture, coming to you, you have to take care. You see? But then I always remind myself that first and foremost, I'm a minister of Jesus Christ. And so I must put in the image and the attitude that is more Christly or Christ-like than being military. But then it is the toughness to stand opposition, the toughness to stay, on course. Even when all people say no, it doesn't really mean no. Majority may carry the vote, but it doesn't mean they are right. So the strength to stand by what you believe in and do what is necessary, that is where we see toughness.
The toughness, right?
Yes.
Right. All right. Thank you, Yosofo. Now, when did you seriously start considering marriage? When did the issue of marriage come in? From the seminary to the military, when did you start considering that?
In our days, to be a pastor of the EP Church, that is during Professor Jobo's time.
Okay.
You must be married.
All right.
So for you to go
All right.
For pastoral training, you must be married. To avoid,
Even before you get into training.
Before you get into training.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you must be married.
Okay.
So if you are not married, then wait until you are married. So when you come for the interview, you must produce your marriage certificate. You must bring your wife along.
Wow.
Yes, so they must see that you are married.
Okay.
You show the kind of thing.
Okay.
So you go in, you know that you have a responsibility, and so you don't play around.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean people who go in play around. But what I mean is that by the teaching of Paul, for somebody to be considered to be a minister or a bishop, you must be able to manage your home well.
That's true.
You see,
That's true.
your children must respect you, know that you are the leader of the home. And then, so if you can't manage your home, how can you manage the people?
Church. Yeah.
And so taking from that point, you must come having some responsibility, having a good testimony, you know, that, you are a manager of your own self and home before you manage people.
All right.
So that there will be nothing like a try and error.
Okay.
You know what is right for a family because the church is a family.
Okay.
Yeah, so we came in along that line.
All right.
And so I married young.
Okay. So you had to marry before going for training?
I married, basically, I marry in fulfillment of the need.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And thank God, I mean, the person I married also saw the need.
Okay.
That it's a calling.
All right. All right.
So there wasn't that problem where the woman don't want to marry a pastor.
A pastor,
Or you didn't tell me you want to be a pastor. Like I won't agree because the status of pastors, I mean, in terms of affluence or wealth, is not attractive.
That's true.
Unlike today, that you find pastors riding cars, wearing shiny shoes, in well-tailored suit and kind of thing. In those days, much as you try to look good, the tediousness of the work will make you experience something, so that pastoral work wasn't attractive if you are not truly called to it. Now it's attractive because people want job, so they go in with that mindset of it's a job. Okay, but then those days it's a calling, it's a vocation. You do it because you love to do it. Even when you are not adequately supplied, you are not well paid, you don't have a good place to live in like a man's and kind of thing, but you are happy sharing the gospel and going about people. That was it in those days. Compared to situations,
to what
you find that things that we went through starting ministry, many younger folks may think that it's punitive. It's nothing to desire. But we've been through it by the grace of God.
All right. So let me take you back to the policy as the church had it then. Do you find it problematic in the sense that I want to become a minister or I've been called into ministry? Now you're asking me to marry. So you married before 25, because you went to your first station around 27. So that before training, then you were marrying around 25. My question is this: did you see anything wrong with dates, or do you see anything wrong with such a stand? Because I'm thinking it will force people into marriages they are not ready for, that they will regret.
Yes, two ways. But I always thank God what He allows come my way. Because I realized that from the very beginning, God has been orchestrating my path. To marry early is a challenge, because many people are not resolved in their life or experience anything to know what to go for. Some, I would say, were people, teachers. And the village where they were teaching, the woman they found there must be the best looking there. Okay, so they married this woman at their level. The people teacher at that person's level. Then he went to educate himself, Then went to, most EP teachers those days were teachers. So went to teacher training college, but left the woman still there.
Yeah.
Then he went to Trinity College to become a pastor. Now he's exposed, seeing other women of status and capacities, and now begin to see the wife as I know now doesn't match me.
My level,
So it becomes a problem, which results to some marital problem for some people, but not me.
Yeah.
In my case, I mean, my wife was also in the teacher training college at St. Teresa's.
Okay.
You know, and me, a Hohoi boy, then, you know, so I've just finished my national service, and she was my junior at KJB Secondary School.
Okay.
And so with the scripture union kind of thing, I saw that she was working hard in the EPSU. Okay. You know, she likes singing and praying and tidying up the place before. And so I saw that as good and it would be a good partner. But I never proposed to her until when I candidated and I was called to be ready for interview, and then I knew that these were the demands. Then with my parents' support and my brother's support, we quickly must do the needful by going to the parents to do what tradition demands. And then Osofo Ajaji, who I mentioned,
done by
the one whose ministry inspired me to submit to Christ, was the one who blessed our marriage.
Wow.
And so we came in. And since my wife to schooling, training up, you know, I mean, I had no regrets in terms of have I found a match? No, because she has also upgraded herself. So we've all moved up together. Okay, and so that challenge that others face without good planning, you know, they had problem. But not us. And then one thing also, I'm thankful to God about that, for even that early marriage. Though I married to meet ministerial condition, but I thought I saw that God's hand was in it too. Because my children now, I'm proud to see them, you know, grow up, you know, with me. And so they are not just my children; they are my friends. So we could talk, plan things, and I thank God. If I hadn't started earlier, by now my children will still be young. And me, a retired military officer, I'll still be paying school fees. Although I'm paying for one, I'm working on one. But that is it.
All right. So the guys made a noise in the house because when you were with the EPSU, you were praying, but you also watching. So watch and pray. So you were watching and you were praying. That is how come you saw Mama Mercy Vaida Agbeko, I believe. Mama, wherever you are, thank you very much and God bless you for the good work you are doing. Talking about your children, you have 4?
Yes, I have only 4 children.
Only 4? Oh, okay. All right. That's good. He has only 4.
Because my mama told me to give birth to 6.
Wow.
Because she gave birth to 3 of us. And she thought that she could have done more. But because she didn't, I should take up.
So she handed over the baton so that you do 6. So there's still a long way to go.
I did only 4.
So 2 more to go.
So I think my brother should take that.
So we are so young, you know. Also, he has 2 more to go. Anyway, so wherever they are this evening, we say a very good evening to all of you, Dr. Agbeko's children, wherever you are. Very good evening to all of you. So my question was on the policy, not in your case, the policy of marry before you come in. So you agree that there is a basic or fundamental problem with it?
Yes and no.
All right.
Yes, because it keeps a committed spouse in check.
All right.
From promiscuity.
All right.
So that you live above reproach and concentrate on your calling as a minister. You know, over time, what I've realized is that some who came in and have to marry later, you know, had a challenge of choice.
All right.
Selection was a problem.
All right.
When some spouses are also looking for a God-fearing person.
Yeah.
And so it's like there's a rush for gold.
Okay.
But You don't know whether it's gold or it's brass.
Yeah.
You know, you go in before you get to know. And so, yes and no.
All right.
But then in the wisdom of the church, it was a good way to go.
Okay.
But then that was also the reason why most of our pastors then were elderly people.
Okay.
Because you couldn't get young people like me.
Yeah.
You know, married before coming.
That's true.
You couldn't get them.
All right.
Because you must be gainfully employed.
Yes.
You should be able to take care of yourself and take care of a family.
Okay.
And so by then you have hit your late 30s, going to 40. But me, I mean, this pastoral ministry, apart from the national service I did, that's my virgin work.
Okay.
I didn't work for government before. It's pastoral ministry full time. So I started as a full-time minister until I joined the military, seconded to the military, kind of thing. Otherwise, and I have always been a full-time guy because even in the military, I was still pastoring EP Church as a district pastor. And so military was not a hindrance to me doing ministry for my church.
EP Church,
Yes, although I was on the payroll of the military, but I worked like any other district pastor to raise funds for the church, to be able to pay others.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, Mosofo, thank you very much. Let's take few of the comments again on Facebook. Then we'll come to the church. Now the church, talking about the church, where we would ask some of the questions that our viewers are posing and sending to us. Ricky Sam says, Mosofo Bubuto DNA, you are looking good. God bless you. Thank you very much, Ricky. Dr. Ricky. Patience Tieku says, very inspiring. Richard Rizzo Efamo says majority may carry the vote, but that doesn't mean they are right. That's good. Yao Agbuada Edem says, being the hard right and not the easy wrong, my key takeaway. Thank you. Francisca Salu says, catch them young. And Christine Akpene Afram, my lovely wife, is watching from home. Mama Akpene, a very good evening to you. Also for now to the church. People have sent questions when they saw the flyer. They've been sending their questions since I think Thursday thereabout, and we've just gathered a few of the things you have here. So now I'm asking you first, what is your personal view about the number of groups that we have in the church, the para groups? Is that a problem? Personal view?
Yeah, personally, I think where we have reached, no more new group be introduced.
Okay.
It should end there.
Okay.
And let's maintain what we have and get the best out of them.
Okay.
Because too many groups prolong our church services, and there are too many kind of internal politics going on. We should be thinking of what unites us. We have variety of groups already.
Yes.
Let's cherish them and make use of their ministry than adding more and more groups. Whatever idea someone is coming on with is already there. And so we need to look at what is there and then modify it to meet the needs of the time. That is what I think.
All right. So no more groups.
Yeah,
that is your personal view.
New groups.
All right. All right. Number 2, someone sent a question in that we have lots of dotted lands as a church around, and they are being encroached upon. We talk about the one at Verkuleum. You go to Akwepe and several other places. What is the church doing about our lands and the encroachment issue?
Yeah, time ago, our church was making good use of these lands. I think especially during the time of Professor Jobo coming up, we had a lot of investments along that line. There are great projects dotted here and there. But then that dwindled with time. I think we need to revive that. So the revival we're talking about in the church is not only spiritual, it must also be physical and material. And so I have interest in all these areas that with time we need to put in the effort to make them productive than to be fallow lands. And to protect what we have, we must make use of them, to make them viable, and then it is self-defending. Because if you engage the land, nobody will encroach on it. But if you leave it to fallow, then people will come in and
Exactly.
take it because you are not making use of it.
That's true.
So I'm calling on everybody who has the know-how on what we can use our lands for to team up with me and let's do it.
Okay.
The Vercoleum land already with the what do you call the EPTRA.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And men's fellowship.
Yes.
Something is being done there seriously.
All right.
We are not the type that will blow horns about the thing. We want to see action. So the action will speak for themselves.
Okay.
So something is being done. They will soon get to know
right.
what is going on there.
All right.
And those other areas we've gone around to see, we are already doing good planning.
All right.
Now asking for God's blessings to make it show.
All right.
So that we know.
All right.
By the grace of God, those things, as much as we can do by God's guidance, we will do.
All right.
Yes.
So clearly the church has plans for
Yes.
such land.
Yes. So everybody must be ready to be committed to the cause of the church,
Okay.
to work.
Okay.
Think church. Yes.
All right. Number 3. Now talking about the Rara and the Adidome hospitals. In case you don't know, this used to be EP hospitals, but now I think government has taken over. Somebody is asking, what is the church doing about reclaiming, if you like, these hospitals?
Yeah. Some time ago, these were church, health facilities.
Yes.
But you know, with time, some internal politics within the general area these facilities are located. With the situation the EP Church has gone through, contributed to the poor management, let me say, about that.
Okay.
And so government had to take over with the will of the community leaders where these institutions were found.
Yeah.
And so Raura Hospital was taken, not because the church want to give it away, but then with religious politics and local politics, the people say, let government take over.
Okay.
And so it's the same to Adidome.
Okay. Okay.
Though we've put in a word when I came in to lead the church that we want to take our facilities back. But then it is not just that. The question is, we must have what it takes to contribute meaningfully to those facilities to make it worth our taking.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So again, clearly the church has plans to reclaim these facilities to ourselves.
Yes.
Again, another person is asking, what are you practically doing or going to do to, if you like, enlarge the human resource base of the church, especially as regards ministers, developing them, even personal development, academical and all that?
You know, the best way to build the future of an organization is to invest into the human capital development. And so giving them right education and training, it's something dear to my heart.
Okay.
And having seen me myself, coming through very young, gave me opportunity to serve in another institution.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it is in my plan. It's on table, meaning that I'm working at it. That we want to take in younger people for ministry.
Okay.
In any case, the German missionaries that came, most of them were in their 20s.
That's true.
Maybe only one was 30 years or so. Well, maybe they are 20, 26, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Me too, I joined around that time. And so it made me fit into any situation I found myself.
Okay.
And so I want us to revert in catching them young, giving them good training, so that they can find doing ministry in the chaplaincy services. Chaplaincy in the education, in the military, the police, fire service, prisons, wherever, in the industrial chaplain, where age matters, youthfulness matters, because most of our pastors are older than the threshold. If you are more than 35, you are already disqualified by age in serving any of this thing. And you mustn't be even more than 35 at the point of entry. You see, so most of our ministers, by that age are disqualified. And so for me, having gone through and know how helpful it has been, I mean, my agenda and with my team is that let us hunt for the God-loving youth, church-loving youth who believe that ministry is not, not a second thought, but it should be something, yes, I offer myself to serve. We will also support you, give you the requisite training, send you to where you must go for training, not only in the Trinity College or Peki Seminary, where the training is that to make you better than you are, to serve the church in greater capacity. We want to do that. And so I'm encouraging the young ones going through schools and kind of thing. Don't shy away from ministry. Do not fear to be poor. The Lord will bless you with all the resources you need. Sometimes fear of poverty make people think that ministry is not a place for me.
That's true.
But if you wait until you are old, then you are already spent. So you rather become a liability than
an asset.
Asset.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So let me, as a follow-up, you served in the military 20 years, 4 months, and 7 days. In these 20 years, have you helped some to get into the military, especially pastors?
As I told you, most of our pastors who tried were even somewhere 40 years.
Okay.
There's no way military is going to take a 40-year-old man.
All right.
You see now?
All right.
And when they are coming to, it's like if somebody knows, they may block me and kind of thing. So they go hiding, doing the thing. When they begin to meet challenges, now they'll come to you. So far, Boko, can you help? And I say, what's your age? Oh, age-wise, you're out.
Right.
Now, maybe health-wise. So as you age, you face some health challenges. So when they fail the medicals, that they can, how can we change? We cannot change certain things. I have helped a lot of people who are not pastors. I've had a lot of people who are not pastors. Who were youthful. They are in the system. I just don't want to mention names. I don't want to expose them. But they are in there. They see that I have helped a lot with my position and my counsel. People are in. I mean, across the ranks. But for pastors, they were either overaged, medically unfit. You see? So when that one comes, you can't blame it on Agbako.
That's true.
You understand? And some are thinking, how many of pastors have you helped? How many of you have come young?
Okay.
You see now?
Yes.
All right. It's a word for fitness.
Yes.
So you must be fit.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
But now there are some young ones I don't want to mention names, any pastor. Some they were doing it as if they were doing it Nicodemus. But from where I sit, by the time they click the door, I know they are coming in. So I check, I found they are okay. They are in. They are chaplains in the system right now. Who came in and with our support, council, and then helping them fill documents and signing, things for them because somebody must back you to go. Those ones have done. They are in as chaplains right now. So at least those who are chaplains, at least 2 of them, are people I watched and helped to get in. Yes.
I don't think it's too late for me, so I'll start seriously considering it. Molly, Anna, we'll start seriously considering it because we are so. This is Perspectives. We are with the moderator of the General Assembly of the EP Church Ghana, having a very interesting and riveting conversation with him. We are on to the church, so we're asking questions that pertains to the church specifically. So that is what we are doing now. Also, for somebody's question is this: we have mentioned, we've heard you mention the water project. Kolokpofe, like they say, is Kolofofe. Please tell us about it. Explain to those who are still not sure what they are hearing and what the water project is all about, sir.
Yes. Even left with me alone, by now we should be in business.
All right.
I came to lead a church which has not done much investment to support our means of earning as a church. The church has for a long time relied on donation from our missionary roots. and then donor partners, and then more on church offering.
Yeah.
Okay, but you realize that society is not as it was. There are more and more responsibilities coming.
That's true.
And bills are for people to pay. And so we realize that the resources from the offerings are not enough to run the church effectively, let alone go out to do ministry, evangelization, or starting projects and blessing communities with amenities as it used to be, helping congregation put up their chapel or roof their chapel. Now it's not a thing that even some can remember. So I think that investing into what nobody can turn his or her back on, one of such things is water. Because we all drink water.
That is true.
And you need quality water. And so investing in water, I think, will help us. And more so using our congregations, as our first point of sale or market, will make us dominate that area. Because every member of church use water for whatever occasion we find ourselves in. And then we can also, in the open market, compete with all others. And so I think that this will bring us some resources to augment whatever we are having, to do what we intend to do. Because to give scholarship as church, to church members, to youth, to go for further studies or train, giving them support, must come from some financial resource to help offer like medical care, to people. It's money, so a lot of the ministerial work depends on financial muscles.
That's true.
And so we need to go into something that every human person will need. And so with whatever we give and take, we'll be amassing some resource or wealth to be able to bless our communities and our people. And so I'm calling on everyone hearing us or watching us to help us. All friends of the EP Church, all who have attended EP Church school before, all members of the church. I mean, if God touch your heart, and I pray it is, help us achieve this goal.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Also, some have said, still having to do with the water project. So this is a project of the EP Church. Is that prime mineral drinking water? Do you have? Yes, you have it on the screens now. Some have said that the Pastors Spouses Association has a sachet water production firm, and Meridian Presbyterian is also, which you began when you were synod moderator, has a partnership with Meridian Spring also. Does the headquarters still has to go into this production? And if so, wouldn't it cripple these other two sources of income for the association and the presbytery?
I don't think there is anything wrong with variety. Yes. And now the church seeing that it is good, me coming from Meridian Presbytery, and by God's grace, put up that project over there. I saw how helpful it was for Meridian Presbytery. Among all the presbyteries, I mean, when the church was in need, needing financial support, Meridian Presbytery was among the first to always respond.
That's true.
It is not that money was flowing on the street like water that we were collecting and bringing, but good planning, God's blessing, right investment, gave us the turnover which we were supporting headquarters. And I think that, having experienced it there and now leading the church, whatever is good, I must bring it to engulf the entire church. It will be better for us. So the women, the pastor's spouse doing water business, doing the sachet, Meridian doing the bottle kind of thing, nobody should be scared. We should rather lock our arms and do it on bigger scale for the good of the church. Yes.
How much do we need before we can begin?
Because of the quality of the water we want to bring, we want to do it such that we eliminate human touch as much as possible for it to be safest and
All right.
better.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
So we want to use machines in doing it all.
Wow.
Okay? And so though somebody may use, say, 20,000 or less
Okay.
to start sachet water production, you know,
Yeah.
and you may need more for bottled water. Putting these two together, and by the what do you call it, the estimate we have now, when we get about 600,000 Ghana cedis,
Okay.
we are able to mechanize
Okay.
the whole thing,
Okay.
so that we eliminate human
touch
touch
as much as possible. Okay.
because of the quality we want to. Yes.
600,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
We are calling on you to support us. Create Love, if you are able to give us 100,000 Ghana cedis, that would help us, okay? So we are calling on everybody listening, or if you know anybody who could help, please just get in touch with the headquarters and we would call on you to also help us. But
Yes,
also for how much?
and,
Yeah, okay, all right.
I want to encourage everyone listening to this, that we're not just saying we want to do this project and we are sitting down for money to fall down from heaven.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay.
We have committed ourselves to do something to generate the funds, and also not take it directly from our congregational meetings as it used to be the story. Okay, what we have done is that first I have introduced covenant service in the EP Church.
Okay.
The purpose is to help us as we even draw closer and bond up with God. We should also commit some resources which we can gather to invest into the water. We've done the first covenant service, we've done the second one, and everything we got from there, is in. And those who are keeping the money in their presbytery and their congregations, as you hear this, be honest, be a true and faithful steward of God. Don't keep that money. Send it to the account that you already have, and let God bless you. Keeping it is too bad for you, please.
All right.
And we've also gone to raise funds, where we invited individuals to a gathering for them to donate, and it was good. And so right now we have about 250,000 Ghana cedis from the effort made. I've also made personal donation to a check of 10,000 given me by an institution that feel honored about me being their member. They gave me, I can take that money and spend for myself. But I've committed that 10,000 to the water project. We have also caused friends to team up with me to write a devotional. And that devotional, the turnover, when all presbytery pay for what they have taken, will yield about 37,000 cedis profit. That one too is being committed to the water project. And so from headquarters and from standing committee, we are doing everything possible to rake in money from every genuine and authentic source to do this, so that we are not leaving it that if it doesn't fall from heaven, we are doing the effort. But we want to start and do it right. And right now, because of cost of things, I mean, we've thought it wise that as the money come, whatever machine or equipment we can purchase out of that, we'll purchase it down, so that inflation does not affect the price. And so in our wisdom, this is what we are doing, to buy the equipment that we can store or keep for it. So when we are set with everything, with you helping or supporting us, whoever is looking at me or hearing this voice, please help us achieve this, because it will bless the church to be a blessing to not only its members, but the communities where the church is found.
All right. Thank you very much, Osofo. And also, in fact, when I read about you committing the 10,000 Ghana cedis you were given into the water project, I was impressed. God bless you so much. You could have spent that on yourself, like you said, but you decided to invest it into the water project. Again, God bless you, sir. Talking about the covenant service, some see this. It's a good thing if we renew our covenant with the Lord, but attaching the money component to it from the very beginning is a wrong footing or a wrong start. That's what they see. What do you say about that?
It's because they don't understand what goes into covenant making.
Okay.
In every covenant making, there is a sacrifice to be done. Some covenant making in the ancient days, during the time of the Nuzu tradition, is human sacrifice.
Okay.
You are in covenant with a deity.
Okay.
You sacrifice your child
Okay.
that you love most.
Okay.
That makes there should be a blood pouring to as a seal to the covenant.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Even God entering into covenant with humans, with Abraham, there was circumcision. There's a blood committed to that. Okay. Even Jesus Christ, bringing in the new covenant, there is sacrifice.
Yes.
Of himself.
All right.
Of blood. And so if you listen to, what do you call it, the composition of the covenant language, you cannot say you are doing covenant without sacrifice.
Okay.
You must commit something dear to you. Now we want to quantify everything, perhaps by money.
Okay.
And so as you making a spiritual, legitimate oneness, with God in prayer and self-commitment, you cannot leave your possession behind.
Okay.
Because God owns everything
course.
that you claim is yours. So if you are really in covenant with God, then you have to commit something also besides yourself to God.
Yeah.
And that is it. And the Methodists, the Presbyterians, they have this covenant thing in their liturgical books, except EP Church.
All right.
Okay? And they were doing this right from the 17th century.
Okay.
From the 17th, blah, 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 coming.
Okay.
They were into it.
All right.
John Wesley and co were doing it. And it offered them both spiritual and material resource benefit to move the church in doing what they are doing.
Okay.
And having used it in the military, where I pastor both Methodist, Presbyterian, EP, and co, I'm used to that. So I thought that is a good thing to introduce to the EP church. That is why we brought it in.
Right.
And so let anyone who really understand covenant or want to read about it, I've been doing some teaching about it, listen carefully, read about it, and see that you cannot do or complete a covenant without a sacrifice.
All right. All right. Osofo, thank you for that explanation and education. But the point is this: the covenant service or renewal was introduced when the water project also came along.
Yes.
And that is why they are thinking that. So I hear a lot of pastors say, "Oh, a gadiola, it is to which it is the money that they want." So they don't even celebrate the covenant service. They just dip their hands into church coffers and send something to headquarters and says, "This is what we got from the covenant service," because it's the money that they want.
Yeah.
That is what that was.
And that is a dishonest approach.
All right.
And then every pastor who is truly committed to the cause of the church should review his or her stand and do it truly, purposefully for the members to benefit. Because I've put the liturgy out there. Go and read it reflectively on your own. You'll find that the thing is so weighty. So whoever is not doing it is losing much.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Osofo. Before I come to my next question, and we'll be wrapping up soon. Maybe we'll take a short break after all this, then we'll come back, wrap up, then we'll end our show for today. Edem Yao Agbuado says on Facebook, we have a critical mass of human resources within the EP Church. Let's make use of them. Then Harik Bedebo says younger people for ministry. Yaira Frank Konu says I like your vision. Then Francisca Salu says wow, impressive strategy to encourage young people into ministry. Thanks, Reverend Dr. Sugar Bliss Kovise Sen Agbeko. Harik Bedebo again comes and says hunting for the God loving youth and giving them support. Then I think this in reaction to my military ambition. Francisca says, Olu Afram, you are not fit. You are here, you madam. Then Ernest Adumensa, wherever you are, good evening. He says, I don't see us just ending on sachet water and bottling water projects. Reverend, with proper management, we should expand our course to bottled fruit drinks. Wow. Our farm projects should be boosted to supply the factory with fruits. By so doing, more jobs for the youth of the church. Yes, we can. Then someone, Eliam Frewa responds and says, in the right direction. Thank you very much, Ernest Adumensa. Edem Agbado again says, you have a great resource in Reverend Tovino as Director of Finance. I am convinced some of these projects will be on a sound footing with him in the saddle through the grace of God. We are praying with you. Thank you very much. Also, are we, and let me just remind you, you are still on Perspective in case you are just joining us on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. This still is Dela TV Live and this Perspective. Today we are having a convo with the moderator of the General Assembly of the EP Church Ghana, the Right Reverend Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Bliss Divine Kofi Agbeko, retired. I tell you, these names will take about 2 lines of your exercise book or full scap sheet, whatever you are using. Also, are we still redeeming the EP Church?
Redemption is a process.
Yeah.
And still we are on course to redeem the church. The church's problems or issues from which it needs redemption are varied.
Yeah.
We need redemption in our way we practice the faith.
Okay.
And do it truthfully and properly. Financial redemption. Already we are saddled with debt. I say we have a fence of debt around us. And so from where I sit, it's not a pleasant and a rosy place to be knowing that your church owes all around. Or even workers, or organizations which we belong to, and cannot think. And so it's all debt.
Okay.
And so I see my calling and ministry as we need to redeem the church from all this.
Okay.
And we cannot just do it depending on the church collection or things. We need to do more investment.
Exactly.
And so when we do investment, it means we will be earning resources by right, not by begging.
Okay.
So you do investment, the turnovers is your rightful gain.
All right.
Than begging people, give me. Beggar, you have no choice. Whatever the person so wants, is what he throws at you.
Yes.
But then if you invest and you do your market strategy, everything well, the turnovers, you are earning by right. And you can now do further investment and do things that will augur well for the system. And that is what we are all pushing to get there.
Right.
So the redemption is a process.
All right.
We continue. We need also to have our mindset redeemed, because some members of the church are just indifferent. They need redemption.
Okay.
And there are some also, for them, if it's not coming from them, then it shouldn't do well. It must spoil. They need serious redemption. And those who are committed to the cause of the church, I pray God's blessings upon them, that God should uplift them and make them bear fruits of commitment to the cause of Jesus Christ. But I'm inviting everybody on board. I call repentance to everyone. I call faith in Christ to everyone. Let go past issues. We will manage your resources and bring out that which will bring glory to God. And we also celebrating success, because it pays to be happy for achievement.
Thank you very much, Osofu. I heard a line. You said we are saddled with debt. And these are questions coming from our viewers. Osofu, with this, the water project and many others, is this a good time? This will sound insensitive anyway, because I had to juggle with this in my mind before coming out with it. Would it be a good time to renovate a bungalow for the moderator of General Assembly?
Yes, it's also a project. And indirectly, it's also an investment.
Okay.
Because where I am now, maybe church members don't know.
Yes.
I'm living in a, what do you call it, hall and chamber, a hotel room, the guest room.
Yes.
And the hotel can no more rent that thing out to make money of
Yes.
it.
Yes.
And the roof was so leaking because of some construction that went on on an adjacent building.
Okay.
And so they formed some scaffold on it, and which making sock in. And on my bed, it rains, and I have to put containers there. I mean, I'm not worried the world is hearing this because these are facts.
Yes.
Okay. So if you think that preparing a bungalow for the moderator is wrong, I want to tell you what I'm going through.
Yeah.
No church leader, no pastor anywhere in the village will accept this. But it's also part of my sacrifice to endure this and not worry about it. Thank God I've been a soldier.
Yes.
I've learned to go through the dry and the wet.
Yes.
You know, so going through this is not a business at all, you know, for me to worry about. But then to have a decent place of accommodation for the moderator of the EP church is not to me as a person.
Yeah.
It is an honor to the church that whoever comes after me will also enjoy that facility. Then you can think right and not worry about comfort. You know, you can think right and lead the church on. And so, though we are doing this, finding money to do this also, I have concerned myself more with the water project, which will redeem the church's financial resources from collapse. I could have invested my 10,000 gift
into the renovation.
into that one.
That's true.
Yes, I could
That's
put
true.
it there because if that's where my most interest is, I'll put it there so that I'll go enjoy the you know, the comfort.
Yeah.
And also sure to say, somebody offered me his executive mass that I should stay there for 6 years. When I finish my term of moderatorship, I hand his building back to him. I refuse that. That if you want to help me personally, I'll prefer you help the church. Let's complete that bungalow so that it will be there for posterity. And so that I don't think it's wrong, you know, to do that. It is right. And so to do. And God bless all who are contributing and supporting that cause. God richly bless everyone whose penny has gone into the renovation. It's not yet done. I am still here. I don't know whether I will enter there, you know, in Christmas. Whereby I will, right now, I'm almost 1 year as moderator of the church, but still don't have a place to lay my head.
Yes,
I'm
that's
still,
unfortunate. At the hotel.
Yes, I'm still at the hotel. And inconveniencing everybody. Because people even coming to the hotel on seeing the moderator will have to go back. You know. And so I'm spoiling the business for the hotel. But I have to be there.
Your presence at the hotel is spoiling business for the hotel.
For the hotel. And so the earlier I move out of there, the better for the hotel.
Yes. Also, thank you for that explanation. Still, from our viewers, let me push a little further. Again, they ask, what about the residence that the late moderator of General Assembly occupied?
The fact is, every church or every organization who intend to house its executive take a place or detach a quarter.
That's true.
This is where our leaders will be. And their prayers are set for that place.
That's true.
And so since the EP Church dedicated the months where we are, which we are renovating now, Osofo Galevo, the late Osofo Galevo, when he was moderator, he was the first to occupy that kind of thing. And since this building was put up, it has not seen any major renovation up to now.
Wow.
You know? Yes, and all the subsequent moderators lived there up to Osofo Amaun. Now, when Osofo Amaun left, there were some works that needed to be done on this building. And again, the financial situation of the church made it that it couldn't be done rightly at that time. And so the moderator then also thought it was that there is a quota for our expatriate visitors. They can do a little work there, so that he will go there. So he decided to occupy there. You know, awaiting when this one will be renovated. But unfortunately, it was never done because our financial woes were becoming unsurmountable. I know, but I think that I would rather stay in the hotel room waiting for this to be done, so that I send the thing back to its original course, and we should continue.
All right.
After that.
All right.
Yes.
So I hope and I pray that your questions are answered by the moderator of the General Assembly, because these are questions that you are sending through. And this perspective, you are with the moderator of the General Assembly of the church. Also, please listen to this. Listen to this. Let me have my tune. Then I'll ask my question. Okay, you can bring it down so that I now ask my question. Also, I've picked up that this is your favorite song. Is it right? Are they right? Is the source right or is wrong?
It's true. It's among my favorite songs.
Okay.
I like cool reggae.
Okay.
And that is reggae for you.
All right.
You know, and I like it because of the message it gives.
Okay.
Its messages.
All right. I heard Lonely Night. That's all I heard.
Oh, well, Lonely Night. I mean, the writer or the singer choose to express his experience. Okay. And most of the reggae messages, resonate with what I love to hear in music. I don't just want to hear sound or meaningless utterances. I mean, whatever is being projected in song must make meaning and move you to agree with them. So reggae, I love reggae.
All right.
And cool reggae,
that's it. So who is your favorite reggae artist?
Oh, it must just be reggae.
Oh, okay. Anything reggae.
Anything reggae.
Krelov, let's get into reggae.
Reggae. If you ask me to sing reggae, you see, I am not I'm not a gifted singer.
Okay.
I'll mess things up for you. But then I love to listen and better move my head and tap my feet on the sound.
All right.
Yes.
Because I wanted to ask you to sing along. So that was it.
Oh, this one, you see, they sing. If they're singing along, you find me playing around with it.
Okay.
Yes. From Bob Marley to the Douche to Eric Donaldson, all those guys, I love their songs.
All right. So also for my last question, then we come to the final. So I'll take last before I take final. Okay. What do you think the EP Church needs now?
What the EP Church needs now? That's a big question. Very big question. What we are talking about, investment, is one of the key needs of the church.
Okay.
Because we need to do something that will help us unlock more blessings.
All right.
Something that will help us find solution to the problems we are facing.
Okay.
And so I think that when we talk about revival and healing of the church, we mean it 360, all around. Not just preaching the word, but living it, practicalizing it.
All right.
And then not just collecting monies or resources, but investing it to bring turnovers, so that whatever we see as problems, we are able to solve with resources available to us by God's grace.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What the church needs is redemption. Yes.
All right. Okay. So we need redemption. Now let's take your favorite hymn in the hymn book. We will all in the house sing with you before we come to your final words.
Yes.
Your favorite hymn.
I told you I always like songs that make meaning to me.
Yes.
The number of this song, unfortunately, I've not put it in mind.
Okay.
But I can say the first lines.
All right.
E nyam e ye ne lom ho ho. Afi neva wongon nye do e nye be manya wo alon wo fo nye.
630. Okay. 630.
So you want us
Yes,
to sing?
we'll sing. All of us will sing with
Alright.
you. So we'll
Everybody.
take. It has about 7 stanzas.
We can
I will
sing the first 3 or 4.
Yes, we'll sing the first.
You say
4.
number what?
630. 630.
Six.
Enyam eye nelom. Enyam eye nelom ho hafi
Yes.
never wom go.
That
Nyedo
is it.
enyebe manyawo alo fufunye.
It speaks to me.
Yes.
And I find myself in this song.
All right. So we'll sing the first 4 stanzas.
Okay.
Let's have our in-studio choir master give us a tune. Aaron.
Oh, you may add it to 5.
Okay, all right. So we'll make it up to 5. All right, Aaron, let's go.
No.
Enyam
eye nelongo afineva wongo nyedo enye be manyawo alowo fofonye.
Stanza 2.
Nye Devi mena nye towo nyagbe no ye kea bewo amenu vevela na nye to nye tegbe apreto nanu nyavava plego mesesene eyete la gogomla dowo asidahe na machove vidodoga sonye doda se bema vazu amenyade na wokafu kafu.
5th stanza for the last.
Enajila plenu fiala anu kware tom wo plenu fa fiachogbo wo sinye keliga.
Amen.
Ask me
Amen.
why I like the song.
So why do you like it?
I think it talks about me.
Okay. Wow.
Verse by verse.
Okay.
I think it's about
Okay.
me.
Okay.
That is why I like it.
Wow.
Thank you.
I particularly like the 5th stanza. And na jilakpele nufala anukware towo.
Yes.
Upe nufafia chogbo.
Ela.
Wosinye nye wosi nye keliga.
Dema.
Wow. Wow. That's great. That's great. Also, now your final words, if there is any appreciation or if there are any appreciations you want to express, you are free to do so, sir.
Yes, I want to sincerely thank the organizers of this program for bringing me on air to share some words about myself, for the world to know me better. Although I prefer to remain quiet behind the scene, but at a certain point in time you can no more hide, and so people need to know the true story.
Yes.
Better from what hearsays are, and what I've said is me, and that is it. I thank you all. I thank the church members. I thank all watching from wherever. Pray for us in support and help us whichever way you can, for us to succeed together. It is to the glory of God. I am only a servant, chosen and sent to go labor and to help church achieve her goal under the circumstances we find ourselves, a redemption. I also wish everyone, as we are in this festive season of Christmas, I wish you a Merry Christmas and also wish you a Happy New Year in advance. I pray God protect each and every one of us as we journey in and out every day. May God provide for us what we need.
Amen.
We need our daily bread.
Amen.
We need safety. We need good health. We need peace. We need fellowship. May God grant us all this. And above all, may the Lord answer us whenever we call.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Osofo, for coming. This has been Perspectives. We are not going yet. We have had a very interesting conversation with the moderator of the General Assembly of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church Ghana, the Right Reverend Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Bliss Divine Kofi Agbeko. It's been captivating, and I personally, as the host, enjoyed talking with him. I've been your host, the Reverend Jijo Nathaniel Achu Afram. But before we go, somebody posted a late question, but I don't know. He's asking what happened in Kenya. I don't know if you what happened in Kenya. Also, it's a question I'm supposed to pose to you. I don't know.
I don't know what the person wants.
Yes. So
I went to Kenya on a conference about misleading theologies.
Okay.
And there's a lot of misleading theologies.
That's true.
And Ghana is a baller of all form of theologies.
Yeah.
And people are bringing in all kind of things that you wonder if these are human action or believers in Christ.
Yeah.
And people do anything in the name of God. I mean, from healing to aquanchere, all kind of thing. And all these are misleading theologies because it reverts attention from Christ to the human self. And some leaders think that if it is not them, I mean, life doesn't go on. It's not true. And these are misleading theologies. So we went to Kenya to do this. We would have continued from Kenya and go to a board meeting in Germany.
Okay.
But because of the COVID situation in Europe, they decided to call off that meeting.
Okay.
For us, we may do it on Zoom, which will still communicate what we want to communicate. Our reports and budget, I've shared with them. So we need just to talk and keep going. So nothing happened in Kenya that is wondrous. Everything in Kenya was perfectly okay. In the line and order of God.
All right.
And I've had that experience of talking or conferencing on misleading theologies. So I'm more informed and then enlightened to lead my church, the Church of Jesus Christ. The EP Church, your church, my church, along the right path, not to be misled by any charlatan. Thank you.
So that is what happened in Kenya, and it's still happening because it's not done yet. Tunes of Hope will be having.
Let me use this opportunity also to thank our presbyter, Dr. Bright Maudo, who has served at the AACC, was All African Council of Churches, for well over 20 years. And being our representative there, he's done marvelous, done great job, and he's always been supportive to all leaders of the EP Church and all candidates to those conferences. He has been of great support. May God bless him and his family. And may he continue to serve this good purpose. Dr. Presbyter Bright Maldo, if you are hearing me or see me, I'm saying thank you, God bless you, and I wish you well.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Osofo. We'll be having Tunes of Hope. It will be happening at the Dela Parish on the 15th of December. And we are inviting everybody. There are t-shirts on sale. It's only 27 Ghana cedis, just 27 Ghana. Wherever you are in the world, just order, just call Mauli, just call Jones Aaron, and they will get it to you wherever you are. We are using this opportunity, moderator, to present this Tunes of Hope t-shirt to you and also to invite you to the program on Wednesday. So I present it to you,
thank
sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
I
sir.
Appreciate that.
Thank you,
very much.
Thank you, Osofo. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much, Osofo. So before we go, let me just give this other announcements before we go. From Wednesday, and Wednesday is the 8th of December. from Wednesday to the 10th of December. The Directorate of Mission and Evangelism of the EP Church, in collaboration with the South Volta Presbyterian under the auspices of the General Assembly Standing Committee, will have a 3-day crusade at Mafi Kumasi. We are inviting each and everyone, especially those around the South Volta Presbytery, to join us at Mafi Kumasi for that crusade. Speakers at the place will be the Reverend Tumfo, Emmanuel Tumfo, the Reverend Divine Bossi will be there, and I'll be a speaker myself on the 3rd day. So we are invited under the theme Revive Us Again, O Lord, from Psalm 85 verse 1 to 7. So we are inviting everybody for that crusade from Wednesday to Friday. Moderator, you have something to tell us, sir?
I encourage everyone to attend the crusade.
All right.
And be well guided.
Yes, sir.
I also want to appreciate the La TV. Even when I was in Kenya, I could watch the La TV.
Wow.
And people in US, in Europe, I mean, we communicate.
Yes.
And they marvel how we are able to do that. Even Ghana Presby, some leadership asked me, how are you guys able to do it? And I say, yes, we are also able to contribute something to educate the masses.
Yes.
I'm looking forward that the La TV will not remain at this stage. We'll also come out with whatever it takes to have our own TV station and radio station.
Amen.
So that, I mean, we'll move up and then be a blessing to society everywhere. So you can tune to a TV station.
Then
you are going to the La TV.
Wow. Amen. Amen.
A radio station and all that.
Amen.
May God help us.
Amen.
And may you, hearing this voice, help us achieve that to the glory of God.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the La TV this year is 3 years old. Hooray! Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So for this year on Perspectives, we have had on this show the Reverend Dr. Mrs. Vivian Balasu Ado. She was our first guest for Perspective this year. And we also had Mr. Francis Kwawu. Also on our show, we have had Dr. Dixon Chair, the principal of the EP College of Education, Amejope. We had the Reverend Dr. Albert Adai. He was on the show a few months ago. And today, being the last day of the show for this year, we have the moderator of the General Assembly. We also had the general manager of all EPHS schools, the first female to have occupied that position or that high office, the Mrs. Marian Ajuri. She was also here with us in our studios to have a conversation around her.
And outgoing clerk of General Assembly.
And the outgoing clerk of General Assembly of the church, the Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Ajayi Kobola Ame. He was also here with us for a very interesting conversation. I think we had about 3 hours plus with him on that conversation that day. I remember very, very well. We had 3 hours. All right. So on that note, we wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. I've been your host, the Reverend DNA from. Until we come your way again next year on Perspective. Of course, you'll be seeing me on the La TV for Tunes of Hope, any other program of the church for that matter. But on Perspectives, we'll meet again next year. Bye-bye for now. Sorry. To our sponsors, let me acknowledge them again. Madam Adeboya. In the UK, then Mrs. Marian Ajuri, the CEO of Origin Institute, Kekeli Hotel. Thank you very much for supporting us. And my crew, how can I forget you? Thank you very much. Aaron is here. Jones, thank you. Eric, Franklin, Krylov, Alex, thank you. Darlington, Ernest, Adomensa, Daniel Kofi Ajasu, and Mauli. And finally, to our only software among the hardwares, Gail. Gail Dugwe, she's the only female in the crew. She's the only female member of the crew. Oh, Gail, let's see your face. Now, you are the only software among the hardwares. Please, we want to know you, want to see you. So, please, just please. She's our newest member of the crew. Give it up for her. Yeah, she's the software. Thank you very much for joining us, Gail. Thank you very much. On that note, on that very beautiful note, we'll meet again next year on Perspectives. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you.
I'm modeling Jeffe Bafali Joyland.
T Superstar.
Laurentia Adaji, Pelikem Alberta, the senior prefect of EPC Malco Girls, and I endorse Perspectives.
I endorse Perspectives.
It is a very inspirational and educational program. I'm really touched.
I've been touched by every single part of the story.
I pray you all watch it and it will help you.
You will never regret your time spent with us.
Keep watching and stay tuned to the La TV.
Keep watching the La TV.
Keep watching Perspective
My story and inspiration.
on Dela TV. God bless you.
To partner, advert placement, or for enquiry, please call or WhatsApp 0249 820 162. Perspectives, my story and inspiration.